Casting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. How about more wins and more fun? The Milwaukee Brewers winners in comeback fashion last night. 8-6 over the worst team in baseball, the Boston Red Sox. Crew wins at Fenway Park. They're 8-2 to start the season. Just the fourth time in franchise history that the Brewers have won at least 8 of their first 10 games to begin a regular season. Brewers and Red Sox back at it this evening, 5:45 first pitch. Opening day starter Jacob Mizorowski, the Miz, on the mound at Fenway Park for the Crew. Pre-game coverage starts at 5:10 here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Due to the Brewers, Jim, Matt, and Molly starting at 5:10 will continue until 6 o'clock. Live video streaming exclusively on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Bucks in action tonight visiting the Brooklyn Nets. Man, have you seen all that Giannis drama? Shams Charania with the latest article over at ESPN.com. You can listen to tonight's game on 1670 The Zone here in Madison.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
It is the Tuesday edition. The Michigan is your national champion, and I got to be honest, I kept trying to watch it, and then I did not want to watch the coronation of Michigan. I dislike Michigan more than I even dislike Ohio State, so I eventually turned it off, which I've never really done before during an NCAA championship edition. I did catch some of the Brewers game at Fenway, and the Contreras brothers, said Wilson is the one that went into second base hard and almost killed one of his brother's teammates.
Wilson's the worst.
He's not great, Bob. Although, I guess if he's on your team, maybe you like him. Edition. And Shams. More on the Giannis saga. I said on, I think, day one that I had fatigue. I don't know where that puts me now. Edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the amazing, stupendous, fantastic, incredible, all customizable and all free ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, and so is the Packers Hall of Famer. If he had to choose, does he dislike Ohio State or Michigan more, or is it a tie? It is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
It's Ohio State, and it's not close. Can you explain to me why you, as a non-fan, despise Michigan more than Ohio State?
They're smug. I don't like smug.
You don't think Ohio State's smug?
No, I think they're smug too. I don't like either one of them, but Michigan just seems smuglier.
Okay.
No?
No, I don't agree. Michigan has struggled. We had passed Michigan. There was a stretch during football in the mid-2010s that, it was always the Big Eight or the Big Two, Little Eight.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, it was Ohio State, Michigan, and we had passed Michigan, like in a big way. And then they started cheating and, running Connor Stallions out, and all of a sudden that flipped.
Sounds like reason to dislike them.
No, you can dislike them, but Ohio State's been the king of the castle for a long time. That's why I've been shooting arrows up at them. Michigan, I'll be honest with you. I watched the back end of that game, and I'm normally I'm always pulling for Big Ten teams. 5 transfers. They're gonna be there for 6 months.
It almost felt like it didn't matter to them.
It was almost they were playing off of being mercenaries. I understand because you're associated with the university, but I legit was thinking to myself last night, how would I feel? I love the University of Wisconsin's basketball program.
You do.
How would I feel if Nolan Winter leaves, Boyd's gone, IG's gone, JB's gone? If we go out and pick up 7 new players from 7 different programs and we hoist a trophy in Las Vegas next year, wherever the NCAA tournament is, am I going to feel awesome?
Great question.
I'll be happy. It will not be what it would have been like in 15, 16. It wouldn't have even been like this year.
Right.
If there's 7 or 8 core players that were not on this part of this program and they come in as mercenaries, I will go. I will be semi-happy, and I don't think I'll feel the feels, even though it would be for Gardo and for Crab, the whole staff, and everybody else that are the standards. But I don't think I'd feel the same way. I didn't have a ton of emotion as far as what happened last night. I didn't have any money on it. Didn't win any pools that I was going to win. So I don't think I'll be as excited. And there's a good chance that's going to be the case. Like, we'll have maybe a couple of guys that will stay from this last year's team, but everybody is talking, and even the coach for Michigan last night was saying, is it midnight yet? Because how many of our guys are in the portal and how many guys are we going to go get? That's the reality of where college basketball is, and it's not as good. And I don't think, I was talking yesterday, the numbers are great. People are watching. It wasn't a real aesthetically pleasing game last night.
It was not.
It was pretty ugly.
So it is what it is. I'll wait till Evan gets here to say the results are the results. But Michigan deserves, the Big Ten is the king now. The SEC, it's days of dominance, and it means more. Take that campaign and shove it up your keister, because it doesn't. We finally are on an even playing field where we're not, they cheated for all those years, allegedly, and a couple of programs here have. Now we're on a level playing field, and it turns out people will come to the Midwest. Great players will come to the Midwest when they're being paid equally, and we're kicking keister. You name a sport, you name a major sport, we're going to name a champion, and it's up in the Big Ten. Now, the Big Ten is its footprint's pretty large.
I was going to say UCLA is not exactly the Midwest, but they claimed a Big Ten title for women's basketball, and we're going to take it.
But
right?
We are champs, and so that's the nice part about it. I feel better about that part of it than anything else.
I have good news. Next year's Final Four is in Detroit.
Oh, you
your
have to go.
favorite city?
You legit have to go.
I mean, obviously, if Wisconsin's in it, we'll find a way to be there. I know all about Detroit.
Do you know the biggest, I don't want to say scam, but the biggest is these Final Four packages. Do you know that the hotels, you have to do a 3-day stay when you go, when we lost to Kentucky, a lot of Badger fans left. The hotel will still charge you. And if your stuff is out of them, they'll rent your room out. A double dip. And it's the most legal. I don't know how they allowed it to happen. So you almost want to just leave one bag in there so that they can't do it. Well, then you have to drive back and get it. So,
well, just let the hotels have a win. What do you...
It's like the Packers reselling tickets on the secondary market.
You're going to want the room if you win on Saturday. And if you don't win, like, it sucks that it's non-refundable, but that's kind of the price of doing business if you're going to sign up for a trip like that. I feel like there's a
market like Airbnb where you can rent your hotel room out to somebody else from Illinois. So if you're an Illini fan.
Sleep Uber, Sluber.
If you're an Illini fan and you got beat and you're leaving Dodge on Saturday, you're going to leave Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Why not Facebook message or do something to the Michigan fans and say, yo, I got these rooms, just even if you get half the money back.
Right.
There's got to be something there that would make sense because I don't think that should be allowed.
I agree.
All right.
Where did you happen upon this? Or did you experience this yourself?
You experienced it.
I did experience it, but I, at that point, I just wanted to get out, and so I didn't care. But then the more I've looked at it, I'm like, how does this work? And I've seen this in other, there's been other times that this has occurred, and I just think this seems illegitimate to me.
Yeah, malfeasance.
So there's something there. It's too small of a market to probably make any money, but I think it's a fun way for the Illinois fans. Maybe you want to take care of the big. I can't imagine you're going to want to take care of Michigan folks, but that's something that I think it bothered me. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know about your Pluber idea where you would then get a cut of whatever, right? If you were providing the service like eBay or Poshmark gets a cut of a sale, but from a purely perspective of you aren't using the hotel room, even like you said, even if you get. You charge that person half of what you're paying for that night you're not using.
It's a total
you
win-win.
at least recoup some of it.
It's a total win-win for everybody. Yep. You just leave the keys at the front desk, and once they pick them up, you send a picture. Boop.
Mr.
Venmo,
Nelson will be coming to pick up my room
200.
key.
It's probably $400 or $500 a night. You probably get $250. Yeah,
it's not chump change.
I'm officially out of the Airbnb related game after our trip to St. Louis a couple of years ago. I'm not going to dabble in those.
You're dabbling in some
waters.
Other stuff.
I just don't understand. That guy liked you. Like, you should have been flattered.
Yeah, he did. I was listening.
Probably could have earned a free night.
Okay.
I was listening to Unsportsmanlike on the way in this morning.
Don't change the subject. That was a great line.
Yeah, it was a good line. Great line. Michelle Smallman went to Illinois. She was at the Final Four. They lost to UConn. And she was rooting for Michigan to beat UConn last night because that was better than losing to the team that has now twice in the last couple of years beaten Illinois in the tournament. Were we as Badger fans like rooting for Michigan to represent the Big Ten and get the win, or would we have felt better if UConn won it last night?
I was rooting for UConn, even though the narrative of, the Big Ten hasn't won a championship in 25 years. I don't really that part. Whatever. I mean, it's
nice to
be
get
able
one
to be able to say, is it?
You don't care about the conference getting a title.
No, I do care about being able to tell the SEC to blank off.
Sure.
I do care about that.
And now that whether it's Wisconsin or Michigan winning the Frozen Four, men's and women's basketball, Big Ten teams, football. Indiana won the national title. It's a good year to be able to bolster that. Yeah, Wisconsin had a down year in football and had a tough exit in the NCAA tournament, but they were a really good team in a conference that ended up having a bunch of teams that have won national titles. So, to me, it feels better that Wisconsin's in this group. It also shows the standard that we need to expect from Wisconsin, which is different than what it used to be.
And you like it because the Badgers beat Michigan during the season, and you feel like that means something?
They're one of 3 teams that beat the national champs. I think that means something. And we're the only team that beat them at their place.
Put a banner up. See how that goes over.
I'm not saying put a banner up.
Right next to the we lost to High Point.
And we won a national championship in 2020. COVID.
I'm not saying hang a banner. It makes... The argument that Wisconsin is not even close to being one of the top programs in college basketball, and they're
literally
more of
have
a
nobody on
mid-major.
our roster right now. We don't even know who's going to be here. So you have no idea. Neither does Michigan. None of these teams. Last night was a total reset. Midnight strikes, Cinderella baby, it's over. Reset. We could go, I don't even know how many of those Michigan guys are seniors. We could go poach that whole team. And then maybe we'd be national champs. And would we feel good about it? I wouldn't.
Feel good for Guard.
Wonder how Guard feels about that.
We'll have to ask him. But he's a little busy trying to re-recruit players that he already has on his team. All right. Shams dropped a Giannis story. What is our policy exactly on Giannis stories right now? Do we have one?
I think there's a lot going on with Giannis.
I agree. And when I was on Sunday Karma and they were talking about Giannis as I was joining them, and even Craig called it, I think he used the word ugly. I don't recall exactly, but it was a word where I was like, oh, okay. When even Craig is feeling that way about where things stand, it's not great. We will dive into that coming up, and then we'll ask Evan Cohen, especially considering that, according to Shams' story, the offer that the Bucks considered most seriously at the trade deadline was from his Miami Heat. But we can't do that until we've talked about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
And if you've been putting off replacing your windows and doors, now is the time, because Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, they're offering 0-interest financing all the way till 2030. That's right, 0 interest until 2030. And in Wisconsin, your home takes a beating year-round. The right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look. Pella's experts will help you find the perfect fit for your home, and they'll do it within your budget, and have 0 interest until 2030. You can upgrade now, pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today to get started.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, and the countdown to the draft is on. You know what I'm taking with my number one pick anytime I'm looking for an ice-cold beverage. The Blue Mountains and the cool, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. At a baseball game in Milwaukee, at a bar down the road, or hanging out watching a game at home. Every experience goes from good to great with Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process: cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold activated bottles and cans turn blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection, which, besides the refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot! A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
This summer, celebrate 250 years of America with flavors that feel like home. Carbless is bringing the nostalgia with the new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack featuring strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. It's inspired by the classic tastes of American summers. Backyard games, family cookouts, fireworks, and the classic summer flavor in every can. So raise a can to summer, to America, and to the moments that bring us all together. The new Americana Backyard Bliss 8-pack from Carbless. Pick up your brand new variety pack at your local retailer or go to drinkcarbless.com to find it near you.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
We're on the Bucks.
They're showing Giannis that we're doing everything possible to keep you happy.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
The Bucks have the power to force Giannis to say, I want out.
Madison's home of the Bucks. 100.5 ESPN.
Traditionally a Packers-centric show. When we talk Brewers, we get Levering and Dom Catronio to make us smarter so we can have more insightful conversations. When we talk Bucks, we usually talk to our buddy Justin Garcia, our Bucks buddy, or Eric Name. But Giannis transcends, and now the latest epistle from Shams Charania on ESPN.com.
Boy, Bucks fans do not like Shams.
Nope.
They don't. But he's got a lot of sources that are, obviously anonymously quoted because that's how you get people to talk about stuff like this. But it does not paint a rosy picture. And Tausch, I know you read this story as well. I think I'm starting to wonder, and you know how kind of my brain works when it comes to professional athletes. I want to believe the best, and usually guys like you reward me. Other times, maybe I've fallen for the banana in the tailpipe on certain guys. I'm not saying that I think Giannis is frustrated. I'm not about to call him a fraud or anything like that, but it is based on this reporting, which seems pretty solid to me as I read the entire story. It is pretty sour and acrimonious at this point. And the story ends with a quote from someone close to the team about how this is as bad of a culture or chemistry situation as there is in the league because the Bucks waited and now everyone knows. Well, I don't have a problem with the Bucks trying to keep their best player. So they've tried all the levers and it hasn't worked. What did you take away from Shams' story, which everyone can read right now on ESPN.com?
Yeah, I think the lack of good, solid communication and making decisions kind of reared its ugly head. And then things ended up just kind of snowballing, and that happens in life too. If you put off and if you are just kind of kicking the can and not really coming to any conclusion, these feelings start getting worse and worse. So I know everybody was getting after Shams when he reported about the New York Knicks last summer. That was something that was in that piece. And then I think the Doc Rivers part of this, that was just never was a good hire. It just never made any sense. And when you factor all of those things in, I think Giannis is just different. Like, I think he is, I don't want to say he's immature, but I do think there's a fun-lovingness about him, and I think he really wanted it to work here, and he saw that it wasn't, but he didn't have the fortitude to just go and say, it's over. I got to go. He kept kind of leaving it out there and putting it in other people's hands, and that is not the way the NBA, I mean, look at James Harden, and I'm glad he's not James Harden, just for the record. I love that he was trying to figure out ways to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
But we all saw this. Everybody knew this was not working. Everybody saw it from the outside, and I'm guessing a lot of people from the inside did too, but they also realized we have to exhaust every opportunity and every avenue to try and make this work. And it just hasn't. And now you're looking at a much bigger problem, and I don't know what the way out of it is. I guess the only way is to try and get as many resources as you can possibly get back. But the idea of trying to appease Giannis with any trade, that's gone. Like, oh, he's only going to go to New York. No, that's just not how this is going to go. And if it is, then the Bucks have really filled their britches. If that's the only way this thing gets done, so be it. So I know Lori Nickel had another really good article. I think she talked with Giannis again. It's just a mess. And the season was a disaster. We saw the season unfolding. We knew it was a disaster. And then around the trade deadline, I thought if you get the right haul, probably wouldn't be the worst thing to just go. And now this whole, well, he wants to play with his brothers and he deserves this. And I'll say this. Giannis doesn't owe the Bucks anything, and the Bucks don't owe Giannis anything anymore.
I'm leery of when Giannis talks at this point now because I don't know what to trust or believe, right? I mean, he had those one-on-ones with Eric Name and Jim Owczarski a couple months ago. There's a quote in here from a team source. The crux of the issue is feeling Giannis doesn't want to be here on any given day. And when I read that, and Tausch, help me out. You're the one who played in the NFL for 11 years. You were in locker rooms. When, especially if it's a star player, that shouldn't we expect more from him than that? Like, I'm sorry you're disgruntled. I'm sorry that you're unhappy. You are getting paid handsomely. You are a superstar in the league. If your team around you is feeling like they don't know if you want to be here or not, does he not bear some responsibility for putting off that vibe?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's no doubt. You have to be able to compartmentalize, and when you're the leader and you've gotten everything that you've wanted. I mean, the Bucks, again, have they made all the right moves? Obviously not. Coaching decisions have been brutal. They made a big swing with Dame. I thought it was the right move. It didn't work. That happens in sports. They've done everything to appease Giannis. And the more I keep looking back, and I am all about star players are in the NBA especially, they're huge. You have to – there's got to be a line that you put. And the more I look at it now with the Rodgers situation, and Favre's situation wasn't – I mean, it got acrimonious at the end. He wanted Randy Moss. Players always want stuff. I don't think – I want to see that go anymore because it doesn't usually work. The only guy that I would trust in that is LeBron because LeBron, what he does, he makes sure he gets with first and second overall picks. He ends up with the studs of studs. He knows how to GM and maneuver the market.
He does.
Giannis doesn't. And I don't know how much Giannis was involved. I'm sure he was involved in a big way. But it has been a complete and utter bust the last 2 years. But I don't want to take away from his first stretch. He has been, he's going to be in all of the, it's going to tarnish his legacy. No, it's not. This last season obviously was disastrous. Really, the last couple. But that's not going to take away anything, the fact he brought a championship here, and it hadn't been in 50 years. He has brought Bucks basketball back into the top of the NBA. And now that era is gone. And now it's up to these guys to figure out how to reset. And unfortunately, it's going to be a very painful reset.
The other question I have, and then we'll get ready for Evan Cohen. There's a section in here where it talks about Rivers showing clips of Kyle Kuzma's mistakes, and then he was a DNP, coach's decision, for the first time in his career. And then Doc got after Rollins and Kevin Porter Jr. for playing selfishly, right? And Kuzma then went to those guys and said, "Don't worry about what the coaches say." We just came off of a story in which
didn't Doc tell him about his resume and how
he did? Resume guy,
God.
never good. No.
Anytime you're bringing out your resume, man, that's bad news.
But I do have to ask this because, again, you played in a different era, which wasn't as long ago as you might think.
Did I ever hear Brett Favre say, "Don't you know who I am? I started 297 straight games"? No, the answer is no. I never heard him say that.
No, my question is, we just got done with the Matt LaFleur story, right, about players being unhappy with their roles and that playing a role in his grade that he got in the NFLPA report cards. Is coaching harder than ever?
Yes.
To manage people that are empowered?
I'm going to say this. It also is forcing you, because there used to be the old adage of if you're unhappy with your contract, you're going to play it out. And the I want volunteers, not hostages. It is 100% now in play. And are you appeasing the guys that when you say, no, we're going to trade you, or we're going to get you out of here? Because you cannot have cancers in your locker room. You just saw, just imagine what the real story is behind all this. If this is the stuff that's getting out.
Right.
There's more. There's always more to these stories. And it's hard enough to win. It's hard enough to try to keep a cohesive locker room with all of the attention that these professional sports bring and the interest that you got. The good news is, once Giannis is gone, there's going to be a build-up period where nobody's going to care. Like, there's not going to be a ton of attention when they're trying to figure out. I don't think Kuzma's going to be here anyways, but with the guys that will be here, there's going to be a lot of room to grow, because I think the intrigue and the Shams Charanias of the world, it's not going to be as intriguing to them to report because you don't have a star like Giannis. That's a good and bad thing. But what we've learned is players have more power than ever, and it's up to them and the organization to figure out how to collaborate. There's no longer dictatorships in sports when you're talking about stars. You need to work together, and if you don't, we just saw what happens throughout the course of a basketball season. It's disastrous for everybody.
Well, I hope Taylor Jenkins is making note of that as the next Bucks coach after Doc moves on. Last thing, before we get to Evan Cohen, I thought of Brett Favre. Remember that preseason game that was delayed by like 2.5 hours by thunderstorms against Tennessee?
Brett was flying over Nashville when Bevel called him. I do remember that.
So as much as I remember that, it was, in fairness, it was the last preseason game, and you guys that are veterans that were going to make the team would have had time off for that weekend. Frowned upon back then, sure, but not like major. This line in Shams' story, Antetokounmpo sat on the bench for the first half of the Bucks' loss in Chicago, but he left the United Center at halftime and was not present for the players-only meeting. What my issue with this story...
Well, and I mentioned, I don't remember which game we went to, but Giannis was never on the bench, and I thought, it's a home game.
Right.
Like, I understand you're going to rehab. Maybe you're even in there for a stretch.
Sure.
But it just, there was, you could sense it. Every fan in this, it wasn't just me that was noticing it. I told you the one game where he was taking his shoes off, and it's ugly, man. Like, there's obviously a lot of, I'm guessing this is like the husband and wife where there's no conversation. It's, you're just sitting there and you're like silent treatment.
Not that we know that by experience.
There's silent treatment where it's like, at least tell me something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you let that silent treatment go on, this is what you end up having. Dysfunction.
I'm sorry. I take that kind of stuff. Like, if you're a high school player and you're out with an injury, you still sit the bench with your team. You still attend the games. And for him to leave at halftime, it doesn't jibe with the image that he
it's
portrays.
time to, and I said this before, after that Oklahoma City game, it's time. Like, it's unfortunate, and I know there's still people that are like, well, let's hold out hope and let's do this. I don't think that's how this is going to shake out.
I don't think so either. Our show is going to shake out with Evan Cohen joining us next, but not until Tausch tells us about tomorrow's scheduled field trip to Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Yeah, we are hitting the road tomorrow to one of our favorite places, and it's only about an hour away from Madison. Jesse and I, we are going to be driving together, I believe. Jason, I think, is going to be on his way down, and we're going to be there on Wednesday, April 8th from 9 to noon for the show. And then the beautiful part is if you're 55 or older, come on down. Lunch hall's packed. It's going to be beautiful. They got all kinds of great, diverse dining options. And you're going to get, what is it, Jesse, 40% off, 50% off?
50%, I believe.
50% off of anything under $40, or it's 40% off of $50. It's a nice cut either way.
I don't qualify. Jason might. He's the one who might know more.
I'm not old enough yet to qualify for this.
And with over 175,000 square feet of gaming and entertainment, who knows what else we'll get into. I can assure you this, we will be making some wagers down at that great sports book. They have the slots. They have table games. Again, those diverse dining options. And if you just want to check out some museum-worthy memorabilia, the Hard Rock Casino Rockford has it all. So come see us tomorrow, Wednesday, April 8th, right down in Rockford off of I-90, about an hour from Madison, Wisconsin. That big old purple and gold guitar off of I-90 down in Rockford, Illinois.
How long are we staying after the show tomorrow?
I know how long I'm staying, and if you're going to ride with me, it's probably...
We got a game at Fenway Park, first pitch at 12:35. If we're sticking around a little bit, put some wages on that. Just a thought.
Okay. We'll talk about that.
Curiosity.
You guys can plan your carpool. I plan on talking to Evan Cohen. He's scheduled to appear from Unsportsmanlike next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Brewers baseball is back.
Yelich, a high drive, deep right, down the line, fair, and gone!
Tune in all season right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
We ask and you answer. Tune in to Jim, Matt, and Molly every weekday 4 to 6 and follow at Jim, Matt, Molly on X to vote in daily poll questions. Presented by Siding Unlimited. Trust Siding Unlimited with your next window and door project.
What if your screens could disappear until you needed them? Meet Pella's 250 series vinyl windows with the accordion hidden screen. Designed to give you a clearer view with 44% more light than conventional screens. The hidden screen appears when the window opens to let in fresh air, then tucks away when you don't need it, giving you a clearer view that's beautiful, practical, and even easier to clean. Order today and get 0% interest until 2030. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Take your game to the next level with Vortex Golf. This employee-owned brand out of Wisconsin brings you premium rangefinders like the Blade, Blade Slope, and the Anarch, packed with features like image stabilization, pin spotter mode, and rock-solid accuracy. Backed by a legendary no-questions-asked VIP lifetime warranty and unmatched customer service, Vortex has you covered. Ready to upgrade your gear? Visit maplehillgolf.com and search Vortex to see the full lineup. Vortex Golf, you can bet on it.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you could win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
At Associated Bank, we know it's not always fun thinking about saving. You know what is fun? Not thinking about it. That's why we call it automated savings. You save automatically. How much you want, how often you want, for whatever you want. And if you don't know how much to save, well, that's why we're here. We'll suggest an amount so you hit your target without ever thinking about it. See, saving can be fun, especially when it's automatic. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/yougotthis. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. But you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Wisconsin, let's keep this simple. If you've been patiently waiting for Yuengling to finally make its way here, thanks for hanging in there. If you believe a beer tastes even better after shoveling the driveway, mowing the lawn, or putting in an honest day's work, well, you're our kind of people. Wisconsin, it's finally here. Yuengling, oldest brewery in America, family owned and operated for 6 generations, and now officially in Wisconsin. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Horicon Bank, serving their clients with faster decisions, smarter financing, and bankers who get your business. Horicon Bank, doing good for 130 years.
Joining us now on the Yuengling guest hotline, 6 generations, family owned and operated, and now finally in Wisconsin, DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. It is Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Jason, how are you?
I'm good.
Evan, how did you feel? Were you excited that the Big Ten won another national championship, or?
Oh my God!
What?
What a ridiculous thing! No, I'm not saying that towards you, Tausch. Smalls went with that this morning, and I just didn't understand. Like, I don't understand the idea of rooting for the conference.
Can I explain quickly? Can I explain quickly? Because the SEC has ate our lunch for all these years, and it just means more. And everybody that you see, if you played with or you talk to, that's. Oh, the SEC is king, blah, blah, blah. And now that the playing field is leveled and people are getting paid equally, allegedly, it's fun to tell them this is how that goes. So while I can't stand Michigan, but I really don't like Ohio State, that's why. Continue.
I understand. I don't subscribe to that same theory. Like, it's not like, if Wisconsin doesn't win, then Wisconsin doesn't win. At that point, I'll root for whatever storylines I want to root for, but I don't look at my Wisconsin fandom and say, okay, so here's who I want to win based on that. I actually went the other way of frustration of like, I can't believe Illinois makes it to the Final Four. We beat them in the Big Ten tournament, and we almost beat the champion in Michigan, right? So like, that's kind of where my mind goes, because here's the other thing, Tausch. We don't do that in non-college sports. It's not like if the Packers get eliminated, you're like, yeah, you know what?
Go Bears!
NFC North hasn't won a title in a while. When was the last NFC North hasn't won a title since the Packers
I hope the Bears get it done. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, we're not saying, well, like if you eliminate the Packers titles, when was the last NFC North title? 85 Bears? Am I right? So we're going to say, like, I hope the Vikings. I hope the Vikings haven't. Vikings
no, it's
win,
actually it's the exact opposite.
NFC North.
Yep, unless you're Tony Cartagena, and you want to see the Vikings just win that one.
Exactly.
Evan,
I'm a very frustrated Badger fan today, and I get it all and stuff, but like, that news I did not expect, and maybe I'm just living under a rock.
How did you not expect it? How did you not expect it? Everybody knew that Blackwell was going to do this.
I know. I made a call yesterday. I don't want to reveal Ben Brust as my source.
Okay.
But I called him, and not going to reveal Ben Brust as my source. And I said, "What's going on here?" He goes, "What?" I said, "Blackwell's transferring." He goes, "Yeah, you didn't know that?" No, I didn't know that. I didn't. He goes, "Yeah, it's been for a while."
What did Ben say about Nolan Winter? Is he going to transfer? Since you're revealing sources.
So I was on the phone with him for about 2 minutes, and someone else called that I deemed to be more important. I don't remember who that person was. Maybe it was Zach Showalter. I'm not sure. But then I hung up on Ben.
That's fair. How would you feel? So we're both, all of us are Badger basketball fans. How would you feel if what happened with Michigan, there's 5 transfers. Let's say next season Nolan leaves. Blackwell is going to leave. There's a full-on 7 or 8 new transfers from different places, and we win the national championship. Right. Will you be as happy as if it would have been in 15, or how do you process all of this as a Badger fan?
Well, so we're talking about hypothetical Badger championships.
Correct, like in 2020.
Right. So there's no hypothetical Badger championship that would have been better for me than 2000, which was the last time, ironically, the Big Ten won it all.
Correct.
Right? When that Wisconsin team got to the Final Four under Coach Bennett, I believe to this day, let's not use like the last 2 or 3 years, because obviously it's still too recent. I believe it's the lowest number, non-Cinderella, non-George Mason, whatever, of NBA games played by a Final Four team like in forever. Kirk Penny played 2. One for the Heat, one for the Clippers. That's the amount of NBA games played by that team. They make it to the Final Four. Unfortunately, they don't win it all, right? So in a hypothetical world of, we'll win with, quote-unquote, our guys, no, I think that if we become Michigan next year, I'd be as excited if Kaminsky, Decker, etc., Nigel Hayes would have won as next year, because that's the world we're living in now. Like, that's how you win, by acquire. Like, if you look at it based on just the resume, it's so weird, Jason and Mark, to look at it as like, you know how you win a title? Go get a backup big at UCLA. Go get a backup big at Illinois. Go get a starting guard at UNC who didn't live up to expectations. And go get the best player at UAB. That's how you're going to win a title. But that's literally what Michigan did.
Yeah.
Maybe I just can't retrain my brain to think that way, but it just won't be the same. And I don't anticipate the Badgers getting 7 transfers and winning the national title next year. But if it did happen, I think I'm more like Tausch said earlier in the show. I would enjoy that to some degree, but it wouldn't be the same as the 2000 team or the 2014 and 15 teams. It just wouldn't be the same.
But Jason, what you're saying is what people have said forever: built versus bought. I remember in San Antonio in 2013, 14, 15, around there, they put up that big billboard, built versus bought. And I remember going on the air and saying, "I'm sorry, do the Spurs play for free? Are they all interns? And like, are we going to sit there and say that if you did Dusty May not build a team because they bought the right free agents, like transfers in this case? Like, you have to, if you look at that game last night, positionally, they had a true center, a true power forward, a true small forward. They were very smart and strategic the way in which they built the team, right? Now, it costs money by way of NIL, but if you look at those 14, 15 teams of the Badgers, Frank was a true center in college. Nigel Hayes, a true power forward in college. Sam Decker, a true small forward in college. They were built as well. Built differently, obviously, but built. This is how you build a team. Like, the Packers fans, so let me ask you this. Was it better to win with Rodgers and Favre because Favre was on the Falcons first? Or was it the same because you won the Super Bowl with both?
Yeah, I don't think it's the same discussion because...
Why?
Because free agent...
But Jason, go look at what those guys on Michigan did on other teams. And, like, they didn't do, like, the two bigs, Mara and Johnson, the power forward, I think, go look at those two guys on UCLA and Illinois, respectively. They were far on the Falcons. They basically did nothing.
Yeah, I think you make a good point. I want to get to the Giannis discussion, though, because you have a national perspective that we don't, and you know, reading Shams' story, I am really, I don't want to say frustrated, that's not the word I'm looking for, but I'm bothered by the fact that it feels to me that we're starting to peel kind of the facade off of Giannis, and maybe it's not quite as rosy as we wanted to think he was back when he was winning a title. And as I read these different pieces, and Shams's is pretty well reported from what I can tell, other than the fact that your Miami Heat almost acquired him at the trade deadline, what do you make of how ugly this has gotten between the Bucks and this major star?
Can I ask you a question in return, though? Because you just said something that neither Tausch nor I can specifically, professionally relate to. You just said, I believe it's pretty well reported. Tausch and I are talk show hosts. We're not reporters. You're a reporter by trade. What do you mean by that? What specifics in there do you say that's pretty well reported? Explain that.
It would appear he has a number of sources, not just one or two, which I think is one of the many things that's wrong with how we have started to do this job. I believe there's one where it talks about a team meeting in which there are 6 people that confirm the details of that team meeting and what Doc Rivers said in it. Now, I don't know Shams, but I would think he's an ethical guy, so he's not making stuff up. There's fans that really don't like Shams. They think he has an agenda. I don't know him at all. This story doesn't strike me as, oh, here's a reporter with an agenda. This strikes me as, here's a guy getting answers, giving people anonymity to be able to speak their mind and give details that they wouldn't otherwise give if they had to put their names on it. So that's why, in reading it, it felt like it was thoroughly reported to me.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so where I think this is, let me be totally honest on this. These last few weeks, the first time I've ever said I think he's going to be in another uniform. I do now think he's going to be traded. I've never felt that way before. I also have felt that maybe, possibly, well, no, not maybe, possibly. I've said on your show, make him leave. Even if he doesn't sign the extension, make him walk away. You know, he's so dead set on not being the bad guy. If you don't extend him because he says no, and you don't trade him, after next season, he has to say to the Bucks, I no longer want to be here. I still think there's an argument to be made for that.
Evan, then you end up with nothing?
I'm not with Tausch. Right. Hold on. I'm not saying to actually do that anymore. I'm saying there can be an argument to be made to do that. I am no longer going to be the person that does that. What I think is the weirdest thing, the single weirdest thing about the Giannis-Bucks relationship. Do you know that the Milwaukee Bucks, you do, I'm saying this rhetorically, but the Milwaukee Bucks were once fined for tampering with Giannis, who was on their team. The NBPA is now doing an investigation with the NBA as to potentially, quote-unquote, tanking because of Giannis with the Bucks. Somehow, they have had multiple investigations about their relationship, not with other teams, not the Miami Heat or Toronto Raptors or Dallas Mavericks or Lakers or Warriors or any of the teams that have ever been linked to him, going after him and tampering that way. It's just, it almost comes off, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, is when there's a squabble, when there's an issue, when they're trying to figure things out, they can't communicate about it.
And why is that?
Is that someone else?
Is that an
I don't know.
Is that an immaturity on Giannis's part, or why is it? Because I'm sure if Giannis knocked on the door and said, "I want to go talk to Haslam and or Horst or whomever," they would be more than happy to have that and get the understanding of where his head's at and what they want to do. Why has it gotten to this point?
I don't know. I don't know if it's I want no blood on
Boy,
my
that's
hands
why we
or
pay you.
anything
That's why
happened.
we pay you the big bucks, so you can say, I don't know, huh? Analyst stuff there, huh?
Well, it is.
I mean, the
is
results will
what
be
it
what
is.
they're going to be, right, Ev? Like, we don't know, right?
The results are the results. It is what it is. I think that Giannis is very much. Let me say it this way. I think it comes off as Giannis wants to play every game, wants to win every game, wants the players and the coaches that he wants around him, but does not want to be blamed for having different players and different coaches that maybe he would have requested, that he wants no blood on his hands, and if he's able to leave, he wants it to be their fault, not his. The Ramona Shelburne story, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, where in that story, the quote from Wes Edens, majority governor of the team, saying if he doesn't sign the extension, we're going to have to trade him, is like a dream come true for him, because now he has the finger to point to someone else. So it's the weirdest thing. It's one of these things for me that I think is going to end ugly, and 5 to 10 years from now, he comes back for the statue, and Milwaukee's his forever home. I can't see this being like a Favre or Rodgers, whatever it is, where it's like, it'll be ugly for a little bit, but he's never not going to come back. I don't see it like that. Maybe I'm wrong. And Jason, here's the thing. Jason Wilde, at however old you are at this point, is still the Jason Wilde at 10, 11, 12 years old when it comes to one thing. And not that I knew you then, but I know enough. You want to believe that the perfect athlete exists. And the perfect athlete through your eyes and your values. And it just is never going to happen that way. And your disappointment, I can hear it in your voice, it's based on you thinking, if I'm really going to psychoanalyze it, Aaron was once that, and now he's not.
But
Giannis
Aaron was
that?
for Jason because they had so many congruous paths in life. That's why those two loved each other the way they did.
Was for Jason, right.
Yes.
Hold on, I'm not done.
And then he
Aaron
was
for Jason.
Yep, go ahead. My bad.
And then, in theory, while Jason doesn't know Giannis, every breadcrumb he gets for Giannis is one that he can pass along in influence to others. And
this is deep.
Reveals, you know what? He's a regular person who has made mistakes, just like those people he's working with and for. And, of course, there are going to be some blemishes on the resume.
Evan,
and Jason, understandably, doesn't want to see it.
Boy, you decrescendoed 3 times.
Right.
Did Wisconsin sports fans lionize their stars too much?
Wow.
Because think about this. We're very insecure. Everybody always wants, Giannis. This whole Giannis thing for 5 years, we've been insecure because we're sick of all the national media trying to get out of Milwaukee because, like LeBron said, Stephen A. Smith has said, we don't want to go to Milwaukee in June, even though it's a beautiful place.
Why? It's beautiful.
I understand, but I'm telling you what they say. So do we as fans, we love so hard, just like Dick Bennett always says, hold on loosely. We squeeze too hard, and that lionizes these folks, canonizes them, and then when they do things that are human, we're shocked.
Yes. Wow. Best point you've ever made.
Thank you.
Walk off,
All right.
You're done. That's a great
All right, buddy.
take.
We'll catch you next week.
I have a question in return to that, though, in all seriousness.
You just said walk
Where did
off.
that start?
I was actually going to go walk off. You can't tell somebody to walk off and then not let them walk off.
Need some coffee.
No, I'm not walking off. You're walking off. I didn't make the point.
Oh, so you're going to talk to Jason. I can walk off.
Yeah, go ahead. Actually, Jason would be better at answering this. Jason, where did that theory, or who did that start with? Like, who was the first Wisconsin sports figure that, to use Tausch's terms, we lionized? And the great Wisconsin sports fans said, this person is perfection for us, and that's how we're going to act towards everyone. Where did that start?
I don't know about that. I know the fear of people leaving us goes all the way back, obviously, to Lou Alcindor / Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? And then there was like Gary Sheffield at one point for Brewers fans. Obviously, the Favre thing was the coup de grace.
Prince Fielder for the younger fans.
By the way,
But you know what's interesting about that? For Badger fans,
Deion Sanders.
Two people that I would.
back in.
The two people that I would do that with as Badger fans, they never let me down. Barry Alvarez and Dick Bennett never let me down. Even when Dick Bennett walked away, right?
He went coach somewhere else
or something. Years later, it wasn't the same. It was not like he did not dump Wisconsin for Washington State. He walked away because he thought that was all he could do there, and he was right. And he left it to Brad Soderberg, who was his right-hand man, and then years later he knew his son was an even better coach than he was. How do I get him in? And Dick Bennett never, ever let me down as a Wisconsin fan, and neither has Coach Alvarez. Barry Alvarez has had more job offers to go elsewhere than any of us know, outside of, well, I was going to bring somebody up who listens every week who may do play-by-play. But anyway, so Barry Alvarez had so many opportunities to walk away and never did. So for me,
and the testament to that is he now does a show with Jesse Nelson. He still hasn't walked away from that.
Still got it.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. That has let me down. Choosing to work with Jesse, that has let me down, actually, now that I think about it.
I know you have to talk to L.A., so we will let you go.
Yeah.
So, Evan, before you go, would you rather it be like LeBron, where he is uber, like, I'm doing this, or how Giannis has handled his business?
Wait, explain the LeBron thing?
LeBron dictates everything. This is what I'm doing.
So did Giannis.
Well, but he
doesn't own the fact that he's doing it
passively aggressively.
Yes, that's my issue with this. It's not that he has let me down because I have put him on a pedestal, or
I think it's immaturity.
And I think
I do.
My issue is with inauthenticity. If and Evan, you and I have not seen eye to eye on everything over our time together, but there's one thing about you: you are authentically you, and I do not.
What does that mean, Jason?
That you don't fake. You're not fake.
Yeah. Saying I'm not nice. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
but that's fine.
And you're a jerk. Yeah. You're mean, and you're very mean to him. And you don't.
Can we stop? Can we stop doing this?
Kaboom, bar.
You brought it up. I didn't.
I just was trying to. He should be gone already. Talking to Los Angeles.
Well,
why are you still here?
Yeah. Why haven't they called? They haven't called.
Oh boy, you're insecure now.
What's going on there?
Somebody else is insecure. Why doesn't LA love me? Why do these guys love me so much and these guys don't?
Oh, LA Tausch, they love me. I was in LA last week. Oh boy,
I heard you were miserable on vacation. That's what I heard from that last week.
Evan, we're gonna let you go.
You did.
You did. He did say that. That's true.
You have no interest in doing the Hollywood sign. You're only doing it. You're getting dragged along.
That was the day I was. But I was trying to make a flight. I was very nervous because of TSA and everything like that. But thankfully, LAX got in and out in 5 minutes.
Great job.
JFK took almost 3 hours.
Yeah, great job. That's
different. I haven't heard from you much recently.
Different coasts.
Interestingly enough.
Different coasts, huh? Ain't that something?
I don't even understand what he's saying.
I don't even.
Whoa, Nelly!
Okay. I think.
Wait, guys.
Oh,
Final answer, which can be changed 1,000 times. Will Giannis be traded this summer?
Yes.
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 Okay, I think so too.
All right.
Okay.
Good stuff.
I also don't understand if the whole thing is he wants to play with his brothers. Does he not get 2 roster spots on his new team?
No.
Are you going to trade for Giannis and say the 2? Oh, you really? You think he won't on the new team?
Not if.
Interesting.
I just am curious if he's going to be able to dictate.
I disagree.
You think both?
I can tell you right now.
You think both of the Antetokounmpo brothers are going to be there with him wherever they trade?
No, I think Chris Middleton. Will be there off the bench wherever he goes next. See you guys. Bye.
He just said he had his brothers with him.
Yeah, I think
he was stalling until LA called.
That felt a little disjointed. Thanks to Evan Cohen for joining us. More Wilde and Tausch. Straight ahead, stick around.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and I love making new memories enjoying it with my family today. Looking for an easy win for lunch or dinner? Pizza Hut's My Hut Box lets you choose your entree. A personal pan pizza, a melt, or now, wings. Boneless or traditional wings start at just $6.99. One box, tons of options, all day, every day. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. A big shakeup for Wisconsin men's basketball. Star guard John Blackwell intending to enter the transfer portal for ESPN's Jeff Borzello. Blackwell averaged just over 19 points per contest, also earning all Big Ten honorees and an all-conference tournament nod. Blackwell plans on going through the NBA draft process, he tells ESPN. More reaction coming your way as the week carries on, including on the Jump Around, a Badger-dedicated show streaming Thursdays at 12:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Order today and get 0% interest until 2030 at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Upgrade now, pay no interest until 2030. Visit PellaWI.com.
Every act of change begins with a neighbor. When neighbors connect through the Feeding America network, small actions ripple into lasting impact. Feeding America, led by neighbors. Take action to end hunger now at feedingamerica.org.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
1896, Horicon Bank first opened its doors. Wisconsin wasn't even 50 years old.
We've maintained our roots over the years and yet expanded.
We empower our people to invest in the community. We give them 40 hours of volunteer time.
We're doing it with a personal touch, with a desire to say yes to our customers.
You shouldn't have to work with a bank that sends their profits to New York City or Toronto. You can keep your money here and it benefits Wisconsin.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
This is our crew.
A drive, left center, deep. See you later.
Every pitch, every strike, every hit.
Fly ball right field. Hit a ton. We're tied.
Hear the call of every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
At the track, at the wall, jumped up. Jackson Chourio brought it back. Oh!
You're listening to Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
This is Bo from Ridgetop Exteriors. A great window is only as good as its installation. At Ridgetop Exteriors, we believe in doing the job right. That's why we're Wisconsin's leading Pella Premier contractor. We pair the best windows and doors in America with the expert craftsmanship your home deserves. Experience the difference quality makes with payments as low as $198 a month for a full house of new windows. See our work at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
The sound of summer is back.
First offering to Freeland is a fly ball to right. It is high. It is deep. Bye-bye baseball. Second deck for Salvatore.
Your home for the crew. 100.5 ESPN.
No better time to check out Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. I assume the next episode will be about the Giannis saga. Right now it's the Bucks versus the World, available now, narrated by Charlie Behrens. You can find that on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcast. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher.
Season 7 will be the Bucks versus Shams.
That's a pretty good line, actually. It's not bad. And it'll be starring Taylor Jenkins. I saw that he's expected to be the next coach when Doc gracefully steps down after the season. Tausch, I guess I was kind of, I guess I don't know what to think about the Giannis thing now that I thought I was going to get our NBA insider and national voice, and instead he just psychoanalyzed me, which I did not see coming.
Oh, I didn't know where you wanted me to go from there. I don't know what, from Evan's standpoint, he's changed his tune a little bit, but the concept of leaving Giannis and just letting him ride out his contract and leave is idiotic beyond idiotic. And I don't think that's what he's advocating, but he said that. Force Giannis. We don't need to continue to just force in a relationship that's obviously tattered beyond most recognition. It's time to let's mediate and let's move on with our lives. I think that's where we're at. We're not in the mood to let's hold out hope that something is going to change. This is where it's at, and it is toxic. That's obviously been showcased with these articles.
Yeah, what bothered me, and I didn't get a chance because then L.A. apparently finally called Evan, is that he felt different to me. It's not this idealized view like I have of Robin Yount, who, by the way, from all my experiences and interactions with him, I'm happy to report that he has not let me down as the player that I idolized as a kid growing up. And I know that that's not the case for a lot of folks, whoever they might have looked up to when they were young. But with Giannis, it just felt, remember when we were, talking about the Disney movie and then the book and that, like, his story.
That movie wasn't very good either.
It was not. No, I would agree.
I still haven't seen it.
Don't.
It was like it felt like he was authentic, and now maybe he's changed. I don't know. Again, I don't cover him the way Eric Name covers him. I'd be curious, with beers on the table, what Eric would say about his interactions with him in recent years versus earlier in their time, much like myself with Rodgers. Like, again...
You two should write a book together.
That's a great idea. Me and Eric?
When lions lose their mane.
It's quite...
That title would not make me pick up that book.
Well, then don't read it. It'd be like Jason's last book.
Exactly. Because here's the thing. Like, I feel like there's been a petulance to how Giannis has behaved. Like, he's kind of like
immaturity. I don't know if I'd say there's an immaturity to the whole thing, and part of it is I think he came in, and not that he was not a star. He earned and worked, and that was his approach, and that's his background, and we love that part of it. And I think he continued on, and then, as the championship and the championship run went on, I think everybody was dialed in because everything was working. And now things haven't worked, and there's a frustration level that I don't think Giannis envisioned ever having happened, because when you're young, you're working towards it. You see that time is kind of elapsing. Then you start pressing. And instead of having conversations and kind of growing, I think you can go the other way. And for Giannis, it just feels like he's been so frustrated, he doesn't know how to channel that.
He doesn't want to look like the bad guy. It feels to me like the number one thing that motivates him in how he handles all this other non-actual on-the-court making plays part of this saga is, I just don't want to be the bad guy. I just don't. And I'm going to say things that sound good. And, I mean, I was reading Laurie's interview with him. He says lots of things that you like to hear, right? I just don't know if they're believable as I read them. And that's what bothers me. And so while I appreciated Evan's psychoanalysis, its inauthenticity really bothers me. Like, again, you can say what you want about me. I certainly have all kinds of foibles, but I'm not fake. And sometimes that's to my detriment, and I say stupid things, or I embarrass myself, or I let my temper get the best of me. But it feels like he has revealed himself to be not the guy that we were sold. And I don't like images versus reality.
I guess I just look at it like I think he's immature. I think he is the guy that he's sold. He is a kid. He's a fun-loving when everything is kind of rolling. And I think as he has grown, I don't think the maturity has kind of kept up with how he's grown. And now he's kind of found himself, and he's always been able to kind of, because he's been so talented, he's always been able to kind of figure things out, and now he doesn't have any answers. And I think he's really struggling with and how the answer is going to play into his whole deal. He is, as I said, man, nobody is going to besmirch him. This is an ugly period, but this is just one era of where I think all of us wish it didn't happen. It did, but it'll be a long forgotten. It'll be a bygone era as far as what happens in his career. Now, it can still get uglier. I would advocate for both sides to not let that happen.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on from this. And to Tausch's point that he made earlier, which I thought was a really good one, about not owing anybody anything at this point, while the Bucks want to get the best deal they can, in reading Shams' piece, one of the reservations is that teams don't have any guarantees that they give up all these assets and then he doesn't re-sign with them. And so it is going to be a tricky situation this summer as well. And then
you got
what
a
happens?
lot of gamblers in this league. You got a lot of gamblers.
Sure.
People are going to roll the dice that they get them there. They'll get them to figure it out, but such is life. The Bucks can't worry about that. The Bucks have to say, this is what we're – and they had all these offers at the trade deadline. Let's see what kind of offers they're able to secure over this period of time.
Mm-hmm. The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
This is Wisconsin linebacker Mason Posa.
Mason Posa shuts the door!
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Brewers win again, 8-6. The Crew take down the Boston Red Sox last night at Fenway Park in the first of their three-game set. Another comeback effort for the Crew. Garrett Mitchell with a big 2 RBI single in the 8th inning, helping give the Brewers the victory. Milwaukee wins their 8-2 to start the season, just the 4th time in franchise history a Brewers team has started winning 8 of their first 10 games or better. Brewers and Red Sox back at it this evening. Opening day starter, The Miz, Jacob Mizorowski on the mound for Milwaukee. 5:45 Central Time, first pitch. Pre-game coverage starts at 5:10 here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Because of the early start, Jim, Matt, and Molly from 4 to 6 can be heard on 100.5 ESPN until Brewers coverage starts Then you can catch it exclusively streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Bucks in action tonight visiting the Brooklyn Nets. Did you see that latest article from Shams on the Giannis saga? Listen to the game tonight in Madison on 1670 The Zone.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now, and we will return to our more traditional lane of the Green Bay Packers. Tausch, the Green Bay Packers are 16th, dead center in the middle of the National Football League in cap space available, $22 million. And in the vacuum that is...
Is there anybody better at their job in the Packers organization than Russ? Like, who's done a better job of...
Marge the seamstress.
Yeah, I was going to say, who does the jerseys?
She retired, right? I think she retired a while ago.
She did. Yeah, we love her. But, yes, she retired.
There's a couple of beer vendors that get me every time I go to a game, and they're like, "Hey, beer."
We analyze all of, we analyze Matt LaFleur to the nth. We analyze Gutey and Mark Murphy and Mr. Policy, and everybody is analyzed.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got warts, they've got pluses, they've got minuses. Now, granted, Russ isn't making the decisions of, hey, we're going to extend this guy, like they're saying, get this done. Do it in the best structure. And for the Green Bay Packers to have really the highest paid defender, I think Myles Garrett's less than, I think Mike is the highest paid defender, right? In the entire NFL.
Let me check that for you. Yeah.
And a quarterback that is at the top of the market. And for him to continue to maneuver and not really have a ton of dead cap, not really have a ton of spots where you can't go and get of any time. This would be the year I'd be like, I ain't gonna be able to go and get Dexter Lawrence or DeMarcus Lawrence or Johnny Lawrence. Like but we have the cap space that if you want to go and do that, you can. I think Russ Ball has done a fantastic job of figuring out his philosophy and sticking to it, and always having the Green Bay Packers in position financially to go and do what they want to go and do. And now part of that is Gutey's the way he's approaching it. But I just think that a lot of times we sit and critique all the time up here from the cheap seats.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Russ Ball deserves some attaboys. Continue.
I don't disagree. Now, the Dexter Lawrence piece, to your point that you made when we started talking about this.
I think it's DeMarcus Lawrence, too. Or am I wrong? Is it Dexter?
No, it's Dexter Lawrence.
I was right the first time.
You were.
Dexter
Who's
Lawrence.
DeMarcus?
That's a different Lawrence.
No relation.
Lawrence.
Who's Martin Lawrence?
Lawrence Welk.
It's a different Lawrence.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence.
Strait of Lawrence.
Strait of Hormuz. Game over. George Strait.
Whoa, Nelly!
Dexter Lawrence, I don't think, they could manage. You build the contract in a way that it has a low early price tag. They could acquire him. It's not that. It's
a bad year last year.
Right. And what are the after having his contract sweetened a year ago, by the way, by the Giants, and now he's unhappy again. My question is, what are the assets that they have to be acquiring people right now? It's just like this Anthony Richardson thing. Are they going to be trading 2027 picks when they're expecting to have a bunch of compensatory selections if they're going to acquire people? They have 7 picks right now, and 2 of them are 7th rounders. They don't have their first-round pick. They don't have a lot of assets right now at this moment to be giving up for in trades. So that's the part that I don't understand why people might be getting their hopes up for a guy who, as you pointed out, did not have a great year last year.
No, and he's getting older. The bottom line on this is I don't think this is going to happen. But if they have the assets, this isn't you're not trading for Micah Parsons. You're not trading for the dude from the Jets. You're trading for an older player that had a bad year that's disgruntled.
I understand.
You want to bring more disgruntlement into the locker room. Okay. The problem is he's going to want a new deal. That's where I think this gets. You don't think you can get him for a second-round pick? I do.
Right, and you have holes in your roster everywhere. You do not
one of
like
those holes is in the D line.
Right, but if you give up a second-round pick and you pay a player like Dexter Lawrence, who we both agree is not in his prime or is approaching the end of his prime.
Jason, they're not going to do it. But I'm saying they could if they wanted to. Everybody would say, well, they don't have the resources. You can find resources when you need them.
Now when you have to replenish your roster after how many free agents left? 5? You signed a return guy. You signed a corner. You're still not deep enough at corner. You've got your number one corner who's going to be disgruntled about his existing contract. You are putting your hope, apparently, in a guy that's played in 1 out of a possible 36 games to potentially be your number 2 running back, right? I mean...
Oh, we're drafting a running back. You know that we're drafting
okay, but the more draft picks you trade, he has to trade to acquire draft picks. Right now,
which player on this roster is most likely to be traded for a draft pick?
Again, I was asked this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy about trading Luke Musgrave. Luke Musgrave and, to me, Dontavion Wicks are in the same boat. They are inexpensive labor in the final year of their contracts who can still contribute to your team. And then you can let them walk for a compensatory pick in 2028 if you'd like. They're not the greatest players on your roster, but you still need players like that. That for Russ Ball to do what he does, you need guys like that to be on your team still because they don't cost that much. Yeah, which allows you to tailor your contracts for the big guys.
If you get draft picks, you reset that clock. And this idea of, everything's a compensatory pick. We all thought Sheeto was going to get us a 3rd. Sheeto's maybe going to get us a 6th.
Right. What are you getting for what do you think? If you were a general manager, given the career that Luke Musgrave has had in the last year of his contract, what are you giving up for Luke Musgrave?
6th at best.
Right. So isn't it better to just have him on the roster and hope you can get more production out of him?
Not if he's going to play. Man, he had every opportunity last year. He wasn't even getting reps at the end of the year. Like his rep count.
Right, and one of the guys that played ahead of him is out for the year with Achilles tear.
Yeah.
I'm just saying 6th-round picks, the people that are 6th-round picks are not always going to come in and help you. You need players that can play right now.
But a guy that's been here 3 years that hasn't helped you yet isn't going to help you either.
He missed 10 games his second year with a broken ankle. He missed most of the second half of his rookie season with that lacerated kidney.
Yep.
Maybe he's healthy and he gives you something this season.
Maybe.
I don't see this team
Jason,
doing.
He doesn't block, and I don't know if he's he's a talented cat, man. He's obviously the reason they drafted him is because he ran. He's a
runs
athlete.
like the wind. Yep.
But he's like a baby deer. Like he just has not figured that part out yet, where you're collecting yourself and spatial awareness. There's things I don't know. Maybe he's going to turn that around. I hope he does, but. Tucker Kraft comes back. I don't think they're going to be doing a bunch of 2 tight sets. They're going to want to get Matthew Golden.
That was what they wanted to do a year ago
but
at this time.
That's not what they're going to want to do now.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be looking at this, and maybe something will be different. They're going to go 2 tights and run the ball. They're going to bring in old Kennard and then let him go run routes because I'll be honest, his spatial awareness is pretty good. His ball security,
not as good.
But pretty good after the catch guy. This is all going to come down to what kind of offense are they going to do. Are they going to open this thing up and let Jordan Love cook like Joe Thomas said on our show?
Mm-hmm.
I would think that they're going to lean more on that and have the run game be a little bit the 52-48 split I don't think is going to be where they're at. I think you're going to see this ratchet up closer to 60 on the pass side of it. And
how does that jibe with going back to year 1 of the offense?
I don't count year 1 because it was a hybrid of...
No. He said we're going back to year 1 of the playbook.
Oh, tell me.
Well, to me, that means more under center, more play-action passing, more running outside zone. If that's what it is, and again, I don't know when we're going to talk to Matt LaFleur after he said that at the NFL meetings, but if you're going to do that, year 1 was also a pretty close split between pass and run, if I recall correctly, with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. So again, I don't know the answer to that question. My point is simply, I don't see them. I will be surprised if they are a 60% pass team slinging around the yard and counting on that offensive line, which has some unproven pieces, to manage to protect the quarterback to keep him healthy without a backup quarterback that they trust, Desmond Ridder. Yeah. So I don't know we're a long way away from the first game, but this feels to me like a team that has holes that need to be filled in the draft, a general manager that needs to trade back to be able to do that, and if the coach is talking about going back to a year one playbook, that strikes me as going back to the fundamentals of what this offense is supposed to be about, as opposed to how far away they've gotten away from.
Sounds like you think we should shut the season down. Not even go out there. We can't do it.
That's not what I'm saying at all. Come on, that's not true.
Well, all the holes and all this other stuff. You know what? Every team's got issues that they got to deal with.
They only have 7 picks.
So what?
You can't do draft and develop or draft and replace. They would be the smallest draft class he's ever had.
So what?
And they have holes on the roster.
How many draft picks last year contributed out of the 7 or 8? I don't know how many picks they had last year. 9, 10, whatever it was. How many were key contributors last year?
They only had 8. Your draft picks last year were Matthew Golden, Anthony
Minimal
Belton,
contributor.
Anthony
Big-time
Belton,
contributor.
Savion Williams, who was
very small contributor.
Baron Sorrell,
minimal.
Colin Oliver, who took a medical red shirt,
minimal.
Warren Brinson, who played a meaningful number of snaps. Micah Robinson, who they released and was signed off their practice squad by Tennessee, and John Williams, who took a medical red shirt.
Okay, and we all sit here and say, if that's a championship team.
Right, but rewind to the 2024 draft, and Edgerrin Cooper played a ton, Javon Bullard played a ton, Evan Williams played a ton. Jordan Morgan was rotating at guard and started I don't know how many games in 2024. Like, you can't say because last year's draft class didn't play a ton doesn't mean that this year's won't have to, right? Like, we don't know what the injuries are going to be.
And you just said all you need is 2 or 3 guys that are going to be key contributors. That's what you're looking for. And ideally, they'd be in certain spots, whether it's an old lineman, a D lineman, or a corner. That's what you're looking for. And you find a running back that you can fit in that's going to be.
You just mentioned 4 positions. 4.
Yeah, shut the season down. I think we should shut her down.
That's not what. Take it to the bank at Associated Bank. They've got the best customer service in the industry, and they've got the awards to prove it. And if you've been thinking about making the switch, now's the time to do it. Whether it's early pay, so you have access up to 2 days early to your direct deposit from your employer, whether it's fraud protection, which I experienced myself, or if it's the opportunity to make sure that your credit is where it needs to be with credit monitoring. And, of course, there's also Packers checking, Badgers checking, and Brewers checking. Go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson for Madison School and Community Recreation. It's that time of year. Spring break's come and gone, and you're starting to think about the end of the semester. If you're a student, maybe you're just looking for a part-time job for the summer because gas is so expensive. Well, right now is the time to start thinking about that summer job with MSCR. Madison School and Community Recreation is now hiring for a whole bunch of positions, including day camp and youth program leaders, outdoor adventure staff, support staff for individuals with disabilities, sports instructors, or my personal favorite, officials. No ABS for MSCR. Full-time and part-time positions with daytime and evening hours are available, so no matter your interest, no matter your schedule, no matter your location, no matter your skill, there's a position for everyone. At MSCR, you can make an immediate impact in the community and gain meaningful experience. I did as a youth official, and you should do the same. Start your summer adventure today. Apply online at mscr.org. That's mscr.org.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Ford and Metro Kia of Madison. Find the Metro family of auto dealers online or see them in person on the east side of Madison today.
Sure, you've got school spirit, but does your jewelry box? At Chalmers Jewelers, we're proud to be an official retailer of University of Wisconsin jewelry.
Featuring the iconic Motion W, Bucky Badger, and more.
Prices start at just $65.
Whether you're tailgating, jumping around, or shouting on Wisconsin, let your jewelry join the celebration because even Bucky loves a little bling.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law offices.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Hi, it's Dave from Canopy Wealth Management. Many people are balancing retirement planning, college costs, and caring for aging parents, often all at once. With extensive experience, the Canopy team has helped others navigate these same challenges and can be a trusted thought partner as you prioritize what matters most. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's our promise. Get started today at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we believe in doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products you want and need at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Right now, Rewards members get a free $10 Blaine's gift card with an $80 estate fertilizer purchase, $10 off estate premium 4-in-1 all-season lawn treatment, and assorted Trooper garden tools, just $9.99. Find value this spring so you can do your thing. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owns. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Get those dialing fingers ready as the Iron Jock contest is right around the corner. We'll see what number we land on.
So, Jason, if Gutey does not have a 2023 draft, that was the Edgerrin Cooper, right? 2023 was Edgerrin Cooper?
Correct. No, 2024.
2024. The Edgerrin Cooper. Who else did you name off that list? Evan Williams.
So, if we go back and look at the last, like the Jordan Love era, right? And even if we start with that 2022 class, which was Rodgers last year, where Walker played right away, Wyatt didn't play a ton until later in the season, Watson and Dobbs played right away, Zach Tom played right away. Like, his philosophy, you know, there's a debate in the YouTube comments now. One person is arguing good teams find year one contributors. And in the very next comment, it's good teams don't rely on rookies. Well, I'm telling you, Gutey told us how he views this. He wants guys to play, get through growing pains, and by the end of the season, they are, in his mind anyway, fully formed NFL players who are ready to play at a high level. Now, I don't know if that's always true because I look at Luke Musgrave, for example, who missed the second half of his rookie season in 2023 with that lacerated kidney, who missed 10 games in 2024 with a broken ankle. But if that's the case, then he is what he is at this point. So, and if you're hoping, like I am, to suggest that, well, maybe you could get more out of him than you have to this point if he stays healthy and Tucker Kraft is healthy, so he's a complementary piece, maybe I'm unrealistic about that. But in 2023, Van Ness played, not a ridiculous amount, but he played a fair amount, right? Luke Musgrave, Jaden Reed was their leading wide receiver in both 23 and 24.
23 was supposed to be a rebuild. Yep.
Tucker Kraft took over when Musgrave got hurt and obviously took off like a meteor. Colby Wooden played a bunch. Dontavion Wicks played a bunch. Carl Brooks played a bunch. Carrington Valentine ended up starting like 14 games because that was the year that was that the year of discontent, or was that the year of Jair Alexander's discontent? So he ended up playing a bunch. Like, those guys all had to play roles right away. And the 2022 class, which we just watched a bunch of them go out the door, there's like 240 games of starts that have to be replaced there.
Can this team, when they get their guys healthy, can they win if none of these draft picks are huge contributors?
If they have way better fortune on the injury front than we've seen them have. Right? Like, they had 17 guys on IR by the end of last season, including their two biggest stars on each side of the ball, and a guy that wasn't on IR that might as well have been because he tore his patellar tendon. And they played the gamesmanship of hoping that putting his blood in a blender was going to allow him to come back and play through it.
Putting his blood in a blender?
What's the thing where they like spin your blood and then they re-put it into you? What's that called?
I don't think it's a blender. PRP?
See, that's more helpful.
Okay. Fair enough.
The idea that they can stay as healthy as they were hoping to gives me the thought that they have a chance.
What I'm asking is, this roster, as we sit here right now, fully healthy. There'll be injuries. I'm not going to sit here and say, now, is it going to be to the same degree as last year? You can't imagine that it would be, but you never know. Can this roster, as it's constituted right now, without any draft picks, win a championship?
Fully healthy with no injuries, yes. But I don't live in... Do we live in that world?
I mean, there's never been a season where you've been through without any injuries. But if you're telling me right now you're going to give me Micah, Tucker, Jordan...
Watson.
I don't think Watson's going to play 17 games. I'm not expecting Watson to play 17 games. There's going to be, if it's a hammy, there's going to be something that'll flare up for 3 or 4 weeks. We'll be able to overcome that. But if he's out for an extended period of time, that's troublesome.
Zach Tom,
we need.
Is Jordan Morgan any good?
All right, Jesse, top 5. We need to do a list. We need a list. Top 5, gotta have them. Top 5, gotta have them. You can phrase it however you want. Guys that, because I do think that this roster, as we sit here right now, the O-line is what is concerning to me. But who are the gotta have them? We can't have them miss more than a couple of games. Don't have to put Jordan Love in there. That's a given. That's a complete given. Who are you putting on your list?
We will do that list after we get a list of callers, 100 or more perhaps, that are interested in winning a great prize from Iron Jock.
Indeed. We're going to go one. I love the number 140, just has got a sweet spot in my heart. We're going to go 140. Caller 140 to win an Iron Jock hoodie. Again, that's caller number 140. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every kind of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you work. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock will keep you dry, comfortable, and confident. And you can spend $50, you get 30% off, and you're going to get 2 free pair of socks. All you got to do is use the code SOCKS2. That's SOCKS and the number 2. Iron Jock's going to help you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. Shop now at ironjock.com. Caller 140 to win an Iron Jock hoodie at 844-770-3776.
Caller 140 wins the Iron Jock hoodie. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for the great team at Everlight Solar. I love this time of year on the sports calendar. New baseball season underway, the pro basketball playoffs coming up, and speculating what Green Bay will do in the draft, even without a first-round pick. And on top of all that, the weather is generally getting nicer and the days are getting longer. That means more sunlight and more encouragement to make the energy switch to Everlight Solar. Our family is one of many who have made the switch over the last several years. When we knew we were ready to make that switch, we met with the Everlight Solar team, and they outlined the entire process and educated us on the benefits of making the switch. It was super simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
What if your screens could disappear until you needed them? Meet Pella's 250 series vinyl windows with the accordion hidden screen. Designed to give you a clearer view with 44% more light than conventional screens. The hidden screen appears when the window opens to let in fresh air, then tucks away when you don't need it, giving you a clearer view that's beautiful, practical, and even easier to clean. Order today and get 0% interest until 2030. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
At Carbon World Health, feeling your best isn't a luxury, it's a lifestyle. From advanced aesthetics and rejuvenating med spa treatments to personalized wellness care, everything there is designed around you. Whether you're refreshing your look, boosting your confidence, or investing in total body wellness, Carbon World Health combines medical expertise with a spa-like experience you'll love. Discover the med spa Sun Prairie is talking about. Book your consultation today at Carbon World Health, where wellness meets results.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
What's next for Giannis and the Bucks?
Giannis was sold coming into the year on championship contention. They just have not been able to get on the same page about winning, about the future, about him.
Stay up to date right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Milwaukee Bucks.
So what are we calling this? The 5 gotta have 'ems?
Well, that's what I came up with, but I'm not the wordsmith on this panel. That's you.
I'm just going to cheat like I usually do on lists. The 5 players, the Packers, they're the most important players that stay healthy. Like, I don't want to... That's not exactly wordsmithing, but they're the most vital to their success. They can't live without them.
Should we draft like we did? It's kind of becoming a little thing. We do a little
snake draft?
Yeah, we had the disgruntled look last week, and now
are we going to end up with more players than deserve to be on the lists then?
Not if we go 3. I think if we get to 9, I think we're going to be fine. We can just do a 3-person draft, and we'll flip it this time because I was fortunate to get the first pick last time, so I will go 3rd this time, and we'll snake
so you get to pick back to back.
Yeah, so we get 3. Everybody gets 3 players of the season. We're going to need this guy to be there for the full season in order to chase down a championship.
All right, so let's do that next because Jesse's still finishing up with the Iron Jock winner.
Looks like he's all figured out. He's back there. He's looking fresh.
Well, we'll do it next anyway because I want to ask you this. So you got after me. I got irritated with you. Let's just shut down the season. So you're in a different place in how you view this team than I am?
No, I think this team outside of the offensive line is built to win. I think I like.
You feel good about the defense.
I do.
You feel good about the corners.
I would like and I think they're going to add a corner. That's going to be one of the positions that they address. I think they're going to add a home run hitting running back, and that whether or not they're going to be the guy, I don't know. That's what they're going to do via the draft. I'm concerned about the O-line. I'm concerned about the left tackle. Is he going to be up to the task? He's a first-round pick. He moves his feet well. It's a whole different animal, and there's going to be some growing pains with him, especially early in the season. But to Gutey's point, if he's playing good football by Thanksgiving, we're going to be in a good spot. I love our receiving core. I think Tucker Kraft's going to be back healthy. I think Jordan Love is right where he should be. I think he's ascending. So I feel that's obviously a big question mark if we can stay healthy and what kind of offensive line we're going to have because we weren't good enough last year. And we haven't done anything other than getting rid of Sheeto and having a first-round pick in there at left tackle. That is one of the crux points. Lucas Van Ness is another crux point. Is it going to swing positively? I think most fans are going to say, well, anybody but Rashawn Gary. Rashawn Gary, to Gutey's press conference, he had 60 pressures and 7.5 sacks. Like, that's a lot of production that has to get replaced. So there's a lot of guys that need to stay healthy, but just on the surface, do I think that this roster is good enough? As long as Micah Parsons and Tucker and all those guys are healthy, I do believe so. But there does need to be some reinforcements brought in case there are some of these injuries that inevitably happen in an NFL season.
So when you look back on, for example, because everyone uses this as the gold standard, and rightfully so, even though when people were using it as an example last year, I pushed back and said, well, the Packers of 2010 lost some very important pieces. They didn't lose the best player on each side of the ball. They didn't lose Charles Woodson, right? They didn't lose Greg Jennings. Certainly, Jermichael Finley was a very important piece of what your offense was. Certainly, you were an important piece.
As long as Aaron Rodgers and Charles Woodson and Clay Matthews were there, I think we were in a good spot. A lot of the other pieces, we figured out.
So my question is, the other pieces, like you lose Nick Barnett, and Desmond Bishop had been waiting in the wings. He was a very good football player. Agreed?
No doubt.
There was no major drop-off. You go out after 4 games, and you just so happen to have a guy that was your first-round pick who's ready to play. And while he wasn't the player that he would be later in his career, he filled in for you solidly, admirably, whatever you want to say. You lose Jermichael Finley, and while Andrew Corliss was nothing close to what Jermichael Finley might have been, he still filled in sufficiently.
No, the offense changed, and the offense adapted, and it adjusted with Ryan Grant being out. And Starks came in and was, obviously did some really good things. But we went from being a tight end, that was one of our main guys, to having a lot of really good wide receivers and spreading it out and doing things in a different way. That's how you adjust. And I do think there's enough depth, especially when it comes to the wide receiver room, that you're going to be able to figure that piece of it out. But the O-line is the question mark. And that is, if you want to push back on me, I don't have a ton of answers for you in saying, oh, don't worry about it. I'm not going to Frankie Winters and don't worry about it. No, I'm going to worry about it.
And you think that because their offensive plan, as we talked about around this time last year, Matt LaFleur wanted to get back to playing 2 tight ends. He thought Luke Musgrave was going to stay healthy and be really good, and he knew what he had in Kraft. Do you think they adjusted effectively to losing Kraft? Because they lost him, a week after Watson came back, right? Watson came back in the Pittsburgh game, and Watson did fill the void to some degree. Whether or not you think that their offense was as good as it would have been had Kraft been healthy the entire season, I don't think it was. So, again, I'm saying if they somehow have the good fortune of like the 14 team that stayed virtually injury-free for that year, which is why that disappointment to me is as painful as any disappointment during my time covering this team. Do they have the kind of guys that are waiting in the wings to play at a high level if they lose someone important? I'm not sure that they're in that position.
Yeah, I think on defense they do. On offense, I can understand. I think wide receiver-wise, you feel good. Everywhere else, no.
We will hopefully not have to find out, because if they don't have the kind of injuries they had last year, if they don't lose the 2 players that they lost, I agree with you. They were good enough last year. The problem is they had a lot of players who played a lot of football for them that walked out the door.
Yeah, if Micah Parsons stays healthy, I do think that this team, I still think they probably don't go into Seattle and win, but I think that they win the division and it's a whole different beast. But that's not the reality of what happened.
We'll get to our gotta have them, most important, most vital to stay healthy players draft, which apparently I hold the number 1 overall pick, that means. After I tell you about Wilde Legal Group, which specializes in estate planning. I met with Ito, and we talked all about how I've been derelict in my duty. I just got another reminder as Paula's mom lost her longtime partner, and he did not have everything where he needed to have it. And it creates issues and it creates challenges. You don't want to be in that position. You want to make sure that you have your affairs in order, even though, as they say, it's an uncomfortable necessity. And I've been uncomfortable with it, but now I'm getting my act together because Wilde makes it smooth, easy, and as painless as possible. They take care of you from start to finish. And it's not that cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all solution. It is a custom, personalized experience. Clear communication, expertise, personal service, and a modern approach. It is lawyering the way it should be. So, visit WalneyLegal.com to start a conversation no matter what phase you're in. Okay? WalneyLegal.com. That's WALNY legal.com. We'll get to our draft coming up. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Badgers.
I think what jumped out to me first and foremost was Fickell's energy and his passion.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
I'd say that's only increased as I've had a chance to sit down with him more.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and I love making new memories enjoying it with my family today. Looking for an easy win for lunch or dinner? Pizza Hut's My Hut Box lets you choose your entree. A personal pan pizza, a melt, or now, wings. Boneless or traditional wings start at just $6.99. One box, tons of options, all day, every day. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, feed good times. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. April is Sleep Awareness Month. Get $300 in Steinhoffels cash with a Tempur-Pedic mattress. Sleep better and wake up feeling refreshed. Relax, it's Steinhoffels. A big shakeup for Wisconsin men's basketball. Star guard John Blackwell intending to enter the transfer portal for ESPN's Jeff Borzello. Blackwell averaged just over 19 points per contest, also earning all Big Ten honorees and an all-conference tournament nod. Blackwell plans on going through the NBA draft process, he tells ESPN. More reaction coming your way as the week carries on, including on the Jump Around, a Badger-dedicated show streaming Thursdays at 12:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Order today and get 0% interest until 2030 at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Upgrade now, pay no interest until 2030. Visit PellaWI.com.
Hey Madison IKEA fans, great news! IKEA is now closer than ever with our brand new pickup point at the University Bookstore on State Street. Order your favorite IKEA products online and pick them up as soon as the next day, absolutely free for IKEA family members. That's right, no shipping fees or waiting for deliveries, just the IKEA style you know and love, ready when you are. Start shopping smarter at IKEA.us or the IKEA app and choose the University Bookstore pickup point. Don't forget to sign up for IKEA Family. It's free to join and gives you access to great deals, rewards, and free Madison pickup.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, windows, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Looking to buy your next home or ready to sell and move on to bigger and better things? What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Spring into action this season and let's get housed. Nobody knows what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get started. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Brewers baseball is back.
Yelich, a high drive, deep right, down the line, fair and gone!
Tune in all season right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
We'll start the draft to start the 11 o'clock hour. I do have one question, as I guess I'm the Las Vegas Raiders in this equation. Is the first pick obvious to you, Tausch? Because it's obvious to me.
So Jordan Love is in play, right? Where I think,
for sure.
Everybody's in play.
Everybody's
right?
in play.
Yeah. I don't think it's as obvious as you think. Then I'll be curious who you pick.
Okay. Well, I'm not shopping the pick. Are the Raiders shopping the pick? Raiders aren't shopping.
No, Mendoza's the guy.
That's why they signed Kirk Cousins.
I think they're going to end up being disappointed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he's a nice player. As long as they build a team and he can be like Kirk Cousins. Like, if he has Kirk Cousins' career right now, he'd be ecstatic. With the Raiders?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Okay. My interest is very much piqued, but we have to do our draft next. So we'll save that for when the draft gets a little closer, which Tausch correctly said. It has snuck up on me. Like last year, we were shooting commercials with Gina Della and making jokes about drafts and the windows and everything else, and now it's like 2+ weeks away.
It's the least juicy draft we've
I bet
ever
if you're
had.
in Pittsburgh, it's probably juicy.
No, I'm saying as Packers fans, but especially
you don't have a pick.
Especially coming off hosting it last year and not having a first-round pick
draft
for the first
hangover,
time.
if you will.
I might not even do a montage.
Yeah, I don't think you have.
I think we take a year off from a draft montage. We can play the best of the years past.
Yeah, I'm actually not even going to be available on Friday because we don't have a pick. I'm not even here. So,
what?
Yeah. Once the Packers traded to get Micah Parsons and got rid of the first-round pick, I actually booked a trip for that Friday because I figure the Packers aren't going to be drafting anybody. To hell with it.
Well, here's the thing. For those of us that aren't going on a trip, you don't have to hop on a plane or board a cruise ship.
Limousine riding?
To feel like you've escaped, because your next getaway is waiting in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay. The biggest hotel rooms in all of Milwaukee. Nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big like the first day of the NFL draft without a first-round pick. And you're just steps away from everything that's happening inside. And if you're hungry, you've got all kinds of options. Premium steaks at Dream Dance Steakhouse, pizza, burritos, quick bites at the Marketplace, Rockin' Brews, where they have my favorite salmon, and a high-energy vibe. Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company, all kinds of specials happening all the time. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, the event spaces they have are built to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place. Potawatomi Casino Hotel. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Wisconsin linebacker Mason Posa.
Mason Posa shuts the door.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors. Trusted and local experts providing the best quality roof, siding, windows, and doors. Expertly installed and at an affordable price. Get your free estimate today at ridgetopexteriors.com. Milwaukee Brewers keep on winning. Another comeback win for the crew at Fenway Park last night. The first of a 3-game set with the Boston Red Sox. 8-6 the final score. Brewers trailed early. Garrett Mitchell, a crucial 2-run single to give the Brewers the lead for good in the top of the 8th inning en route to the comeback win. Milwaukee's 8-2 to start the season. Just the 4th time in franchise history the team has won at least 8 of its first 10 games to start a season. Last time was 2019. Brewers back at it tonight at Fenway visiting the Red Sox. 5:45 first pitch. Pre-game coverage starts at 5:10 here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. With the Brewers starting at 5:10, Jim, Matt, and Molly will be heard per usual from 4 o'clock until Brewers pregame starts. Then you can catch it streaming exclusively on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Bucks at the Nets tonight at 6:30. Listen to it in Madison on 1670 The Zone.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch, which will include trivia and Wonelli. But first, we begin Jesse, I assume you want to play your, take it to the bank. You've got a new favorite tune, right, for our games? Or would you rather go with that special music that you created this morning when you came in early?
I actually was in early today, believe it or not. I was here early.
I don't believe it.
What?
8:48?
I was here before you.
Great.
I was here, what time did I roll at? 8:05 I was in here.
You were not in here.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I had a pre-show meeting today.
Wow. Thank you for your service.
And then even with that meeting, it wrapped up a little early, and I was able to get a little extra time to prepare some music, thinking we might do a segment like this today, and here's what I came up with.
Indeed, there it is. All right, so I have the first pick, and the backup quarterback situation has caused me pause, as Tausch mentioned, that Jordan Love is part of this equation. I felt, and I stand by this, even though people disagreed with me, I felt that they could not afford to lose Micah Parsons and Tucker Kraft last year, more so than even their quarterback. Not because I'm in that crowd, and there is a crowd that believes this. I don't know how big it is. It's a little bit loud, and it infiltrates the YouTube comments from time to time, that the Packers would be better off with Malik Willis as their starting quarterback than Jordan Love.
Well, they don't have that option.
Less.
They don't have that option anymore.
They do not. So I did consider the obvious choice of the starting quarterback. I am instead going to choose to put my faith in Matt LaFleur and the coaching staff that they can pull off another reclamation project in the form of Desmond Ridder. And while I still think they need Jordan Love to start all 17 games, I am not going to pick him first. Because it sure feels like the guy they gave up 2 first-round picks for and paid a king's ransom has become the heartbeat of this team. And they have a different swagger, they have a different confidence, they are a different team when they have him versus when they don't. So I am going to take Micah Parsons with the first pick.
I think that's a smart pick. I wouldn't have done it, but I think it's a smart pick.
I was hoping you were going to take Jordan Love with the first pick because I truly believe that Micah Parsons is the most valuable player on the Packers roster.
The question now is, are you going to give Jordan Love the Bo Callahan in draft day treatment and pass on him at 2?
I am not. I will take Jordan Love.
Are you interested in trading?
Yes.
I want to trade.
All right.
Well, how does that work in a snake draft?
Because now he'll get the 3rd and 4th pick,
and then you get the 5th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do that. I will trade pick 2. I will trade positions with you for rounds 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, to not take Jordan Love here is insane. Like, Jason just went through the whole reason why you don't. You can't. You're going to risk, you're going to bank the fact that Malik Willis was here and we're not even in the playoffs if he's not, and now you're going to trust some cat from Cincinnati that got run out of Atlanta, and the fact that Jordan Love is playing, he's gotten to be the guy that he is. Like, it's insane. It's disrespectful from Jason. I can't get this name in fast enough. Jordan Love, abso-blank-and-lutely. This is still a quarterback-driven league, people. And what are we doing here?
Yeah, if I had the second pick,
Jordan
I would have
Love.
taken him.
Boom. No, your pick is done. We don't. Your interview with Andrea Kramer's done. Jordan Love can't get that in quick enough. Absolutely.
Jesse, you're on the clock.
I'm on the clock. Okay, I'm okay with this. I am going to take one guy that was missing from the stretch run of last season, the focal point of the offense. You guys both said, as far as the passing game is concerned, Tucker Kraft is my first pick. And then I'm going to go on the defensive side of the ball for the veteran leader in the secondary, a guy that the Packers can't afford to lose. On that side of the ball, I feel good about this pick. Xavier McKinney is my second pick. So Tucker Kraft and Xavier McKinney, 2 guys the Packers cannot afford to lose. in 2026.
Boy, I can't believe that you did all that, and I'm still going to be able to get the guy I wanted. Sometimes you're sitting there and you're looking at these mock drafts, and you're like, there's no way that this is going to fall. I didn't get the first overall pick. You're not going to get the franchise quarterback? We're going to get him second?
I feel like you might have fleeced me in the trade because I don't know exactly what the best... I feel like I should have got an extra pick from you.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Trading the second
I don't know
pick.
why you made the trade.
Yeah, I feel like I got Darius Hayward-Bade by... I was the Raiders, and you were whoever made that trade with the Raiders back in the day.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer for me. The guy that helped save our offense, we're hoping he can stay healthy. He is going to end up getting a new contract. He is a dynamic playmaker. Christian Watson, this is a no-brainer for me. And now I can't feel better about where.
No
and
way.
I'm going to get my third guy too, because I don't think Jason, even with 2 picks, is going to know where I'm leaning next.
How
Christian
can you
Watson.
say that about Christian Watson when he's never healthy on the field over the course of a season?
Because he needs to stay healthy. They're not going to address a ton in the wide receiver. That's one room that I think they feel good about, and that's because they believe they finally got him figured out. And it's more imperative than ever that he stays healthy. Christian Watson, no-brainer for me.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd get back to me. I was hopeful of that. That did not come to fruition. But I've got a couple other picks that I like. Look, here's my dilemma. I don't know when Zach Tom is going to be healthy. I don't have details on his surgery that was never officially confirmed that he had. Again, the guys that were at the breakfast in Arizona, maybe he said that to them at some point, that he confirmed that he had the surgery. I don't remember seeing that reported, but I presume that he did. But I don't know if I feel uber confident that any of their offensive linemen are so good that there'd be a huge drop-off if they were missing them, other than Zach Tom, and I don't know what his availability is going to be to start the season. So I'm going to go a different direction. I don't believe in... I like Chris Brooks. I don't think he's a number 2 running back, and I have no evidence whatsoever to be able to say that Marshawn Lloyd, after playing in 1 out of a possible 36 games, is going to be able to play. If they draft a guy at running back on day 2 with the 2nd or 3rd round pick, that'll tell us a lot. But I'm taking Josh Jacobs. This offense was humming when Josh Jacobs was healthy 2 years ago, and it had all kinds of problems last year when he was not healthy. They got a 100-yard game out of his backup, Emmanuel Wilson, in his first NFL start. I don't like their backup plan at that position, so I'm going to take Josh Jacobs. And then I'm going to follow that up with a sneaky pick, in my opinion, that did not get enough attention during the 25-point fourth quarter that the defense surrendered. I'm going to say Edgerrin Cooper. And not only does Edgerrin Cooper need to stay healthy, but he has to be an impact player again the way he was as a rookie. He was special as a rookie. He was solid as a second-year player. They've moved on from Quay Walker. They've brought in Zaire Franklin. They need Edgerrin Cooper to be a field-tilting player, and in order to do that, he has to stay healthy for 17 games.
Yeah, so, I totally agree with the Edgerrin Cooper pick. The Josh Jacobs pick, I'm not sure. I don't feel as strongly as you do. I would not have picked Josh Jacobs.
I wouldn't have taken him there.
It's too early.
I would have taken him before this draft is over.
Yeah,
the draft is over for me. I only get 3 picks, Jesse.
Yeah, I would have taken someone else.
There is no doubt that even if I don't even take a third guy, I'm winning this draft. But I'm going to take a third guy, and I believe he is going to...
Wait a minute. It's not your pick.
No, I didn't trade you I didn't flip that side of it. I traded you.
You get the last pick.
No,
we're in the order.
I traded you the 2 for the 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I didn't trade you for the 6 and 5.
You were going last.
I keep my pick. I didn't trade you all of my picks.
Yeah, you go after Jesse.
The original order was Jason, Jesse, Tausch.
No.
You traded me. Yes, you did. That's how
I traded you. Go back, check the tape. I traded you. I wanted 2, and I gave you 3 and 4. That's what I traded.
Right. So
I didn't trade you my 3rd round pick.
So pick 8 You don't get to go.
That
you
should
go
be
pick
my
9.
No, that's not what the trade was.
You were the third guy.
I'm taking Matthew Golden.
Oh,
There.
okay. Well, even you know what? If you had taken the guy I was going to take, I would fight you on it, but
Fine.
I'm not going to.
Who do you want?
It's where does this defense really need a playmaker? Who was hurt? Who was hurt? And I believe in a lot of games, the Cowboy game, for instance, it's Wyatt. It's always going to be Wyatt. He needs to stay healthy. They got some older guys. They brought in old boy from Philly / Minnesota and everywhere else. Devontae Wyatt needs to stay healthy for his own good and for this defense to be the defense that we're hoping that it can be. I mean, I could not feel better about my draft. I got Devontae Wyatt, even though Jesse somehow bulldogged me. It still worked out exactly how I wanted.
Check the tape.
Go
Tap,
back.
tap, tap, tap,
traded my 3rd and 4th for your 2nd. Not
Correct.
my.
And what does that have to do with the 8th and 9th picks?
Nothing. I was sitting in the 8th spot, not the 9th.
You weren't.
I never should have made that stupid trade.
You said you were last because you were first last time.
Okay, well then I think you guys are right. All right, well, you guys might be right.
I don't know what to say to that.
Yes, we are.
So, first of all, I think we can agree that the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't agree on that. I'm not. I don't know how special he is. He has certainly had some moments, but he has not stayed healthy either of the last 2 years. I don't know what a 17-game season looks like from him. But, yeah, if he's healthy for all 17 games, that's huge. Matthew Golden, I think it's between him and Josh Jacobs.
I like that pick. Matthew Golden's a good pick.
If you let Romeo Doubs walk, you've got to have high expectations for him, and he showed it in the playoff game.
Here's what I'm going to say. Watson's going to be your 1. I don't think Jaden Reed's just going to hand that number 2 slot over to
I don't
old
think
MG.
so either.
I think that's going to be something to watch.
And I'm banking that Christian Watson isn't going to be on the field for 17 games, and so I think Matthew Golden will emerge as the number 1.
And if Matthew Golden doesn't get that, how much gruntlement is he going to have?
Yeah. If you think they're going to be a 3 wide, 1 tight end,
that is
one
what
back
they're going to be.
Offense,
that
though,
is what they'll
then
do.
I would. So is your 3 is obviously
Goldie,
Watson, Golden, and Reed.
Correct.
And then Wicks rotating in, and Savion Williams being the gadget guy.
Unless Wixie gets traded for a 5th or a 6th.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to wait and see if that comes to fruition, because Gutey does need more.
Bo
picks.
Melton has re-signed, right? He's back.
Yeah, he was a exclusive rights free agent.
Let's go.
Which isn't really.
Who has more catches, Bo Melton or Wicks?
In 2026.
Yes.
Wow.
Dontavion Wicks. Are you? Oh, you're saying with the Packers
in Green Bay?
Suggesting
talking about in Green Bay.
Uh-huh.
Bo Melton or Savion Williams?
I don't know. Are they going to invest heavily in corner, or are we still going to be considering Bo a corner?
Bo's going to be Bo. Bo can do it all.
Bob is Bob. I don't think I don't know what Savion Williams is. I think I know what Dontavion Wicks is capable of. I don't think they're trading. I don't think they're going to trade Wicks. But again, there was the report from Rich Samini that the Jets are interested in him. He was a 5th round pick. Is that right?
I mean, just think of this. The main beat writer for ESPN is talking about our 4th, maybe 5th wideout. That's what the Jets are interested in? I find that interesting. That means there's something there.
Yeah. Wicks was a 5th round
Does Wicks
pick.
want to be traded, in your opinion?
I think
you have been raving about him, and I've kept telling you the whole time, slow your roll, man.
I think he was pretty damn good in that Detroit game. I'll say that. I think the idea of being the number 2 wide receiver in New York, opposite Garrett Wilson, would hold appeal for anyone, including him. So yes, if he's getting traded to a place where he's going to be the number 2 wide receiver, as opposed to You know, they got Watson, and they got Golden, and they got Reed, and they got Williams that they don't know what they're going to do with them.
Let me make this crystal clear. I'd rather be the 4th wideout for Green Bay than the number 1 wideout for the Jets. Like, that's going to be misery.
Probably.
And I don't know who Kathleen Bates is in that, but I don't want her hitting me with a sledgehammer. That I know.
I think she goes by Kathy Bates, not Kathleen.
All I
She's
know is
Matlock now.
All I know is in that movie, man, I ain't got any interest in her putting a 4x4 in between my ankles and bringing out a sledgehammer. That's what it feels like going to play for the Jets.
Kathy Bates has chops.
She does have chops.
Yeah. A lot of roles for her.
Unsinkable Molly Brown, not to be confused with our Molly Brown.
I don't know her in any
reference.
movie besides, like, that is her. That will always be for me.
Misery?
Yes.
Not Titanic.
Kathleen Bates is in Titanic?
She's the mom and water boy.
She's the unsinkable
Mama.
Molly Brown.
Oh. Just wait, Kathleen Bates was in Titanic?
Stop calling her Kathleen.
No, I'm serious. She's in that movie?
Yeah.
Kathy Bates is Molly Brown, the old version. Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
she's
that.
She's like the one who kind of takes DiCaprio under her wing and gives him her son's tuxedo.
Unsinkable
and-
Molly Brown.
Okay, I didn't know that. All right.
You love that movie.
No,
It took you forever to see it.
I
but-
watched it one time, and I thought it was not bad. I have never watched it again, and when I see it on, I don't watch it. It's not Shawshank to me.
You've seen The Water
Not
Boy.
Happy Gilmore.
You don't,
I have.
You don't think
I
of
didn't
Kathy
she was-
Bates as
No.
Mama in The Water Boy?
No, not even a little bit.
She's got comedy. She's got drama. She's got horror.
Well, have you watched
she's got
Matlock?
it all. Yeah, detective.
Do we need to call Kelly Call and ask him what time it's on?
Well, being as he doesn't work there anymore, I don't think that probably would help.
I
But
saw
you can.
he had an interesting tweet yesterday, by the way. All right, we need to play trivia. Jesse, it's Tuesday. We haven't talked about the Badgers really. We briefly with Evan Cohen, I guess, about rooting for the other teams in your conference in the tournament. Is it still Badgers Trivia Tuesday?
It is fresh off the NCAA men's basketball championship last night. It is Wilde and Tausch trivia on a Badgers Trivia Tuesday.
All right. Well, there were 68 teams in the NCAA tournament, which is now over. 6 + 8 is 14. Call it 14 right now. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 14 plays Wilde and Tausch Trivia, presented by Iron Jock and Cousin Subs. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquartered in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
My fiance wanted to incorporate me in the process of picking out my engagement ring. And we went to Chalmers, and that was the first place that we went to look for rings.
The staff educated us right away, and we felt very comfortable, and I learned a lot about diamonds.
Chalmers did a great job explaining the process to us, the type of grade of the diamond.
Oh, just from the second you walk in, I mean, there's somebody who's taking you over, showing you exactly what you want in your price range.
I think that my ring is the most beautiful ring I've ever seen, thanks to Chalmers Jewelers.
Well, we're hitting the road to one of my favorite places. Tausch here, and Wilde and Tausch will be live from Hard Rock Casino Rockford on Wednesday, April 8th. Jason, Jesse, and I will be on site from 9 to noon for our show. And with over 175,000 square feet of gaming and entertainment, who knows what we'll get into at Hard Rock after the show. Can't forget about the diverse dining options and the museum-worthy memorabilia. Come see us for Wilde and Tausch on April 8th down in Rockford, right off I-90, just an hour from Madison.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, well, Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability.
Nice.
Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Some of the nation's top pitmasters are coming to Pella this fall for the Sugar River Fire and Smoke Barbecue Festival. Featuring legendary pitmaster Rodney Scott from Netflix's Chef's Table, Michelle Wallace from Bravo's Top Chef Wisconsin, and Allie Clem, the first woman pitmaster to earn a Michelin star. Plus your favorite local barbecue masters, live music, and mouth-watering demos from the area's top chefs and restaurants. September 19th and 20th in Pella. Tickets are on sale now at fireandsmokebarbecuefestival.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
It's a big day in the trivia world. No, the Golden Geese have not reunited, as far as I know.
Not today.
They may be competing at a trivia contest near you at some juncture. But a partner that has been a great partner of ours has rejoined the trivia ranks. As now, Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousin Subs, by Iron Jock, and by Vortex Golf.
Well, you're going to have a heck of a... Like, we need to get... I think we need to be very tough as far as our callers and making sure our streamers get opportunities with when you put a trifecta like that together.
That is as great a prize pack as we've ever had for Wilde and Tausch Trivia. Now, 3 partners affiliated with the prize awarded at the end of the week.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Iron Jock. No stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. By Cousin Subs. Try the new Protein Power Plays. For subs loaded with protein and made with fresh ingredients you love. All for just $7.99. And by Vortex Golf. Rangefinders you can bet on.
Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Sam in Milwaukee. Sam, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
We're good, and now you have an opportunity to qualify to win a legendary prize pack from Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf. Rangefinders you can bet on. In order to do that, you want to get as many questions right as possible. Question number 1 is this. On which day of the week is the college football regular season opener between Wisconsin and Notre Dame set to take place at Lambeau Field this September? Is that game being played on a Sunday, on a Monday, or 40 days from the end of Squat Fest?
I will say B.
B, Monday.
Imperfect week. Oh,
except for that one.
Except for that one yesterday.
I don't know what day Squat Fest is, so I don't know what 40 days hence would be, but it's a Sunday for this game. All right, question 2, Sam. Let's bounce back. What was it? We got one right yesterday?
Yep. Only the third question yesterday. Yeah.
Which was a rarity.
Very rare.
Question 2, Sam, is this. The national champion Michigan Wolverines men's basketball team that everyone in the Big Ten was rooting for only lost 3 games this year. Once to Wisconsin in Ann Arbor. Once to Purdue in the Big Ten tournament championship game. And once to which other non-conference opponent in a neutral site regular season game? Did the Michigan Wolverines lose to Kansas, Arizona, or Duke?
I have no clue. I'm going to say Arizona.
Where was that Duke game played, Jesse?
Washington, D.C.
Yeah, very weird. Michigan
in
and
late
Duke
February. It was
just amazing that they had the foresight and like they knew that both teams were going to be really good. It's interesting.
Sam?
Yeah.
This is your last chance. You do have one entry already for being caller 14, but let's get another one here. Question 3 is this. Wisconsin faces North Dakota in the NCAA Men's Frozen Four this Thursday in Las Vegas at 4 p.m. Central Time.
ESPN 2, 4 o'clock. That a good puck drop time for you, Tausch?
Sure, that works.
Okay.
Which of these teams is not one of the other 2 national semifinalists? So one of these 3 teams is not playing in the other semifinal. That follows, I assume it follows the Badgers and is not the first.
That is correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They need to play the games at noon in Vegas. All right, here we go. Which one of these teams is not in the Frozen Four? Is it Denver, St. Cloud State, or Michigan?
Second one.
St. Cloud State is his answer, and that is twice in back-to-back days.
This is uncanny.
That we have had 2 wrong answers and then the correct third answer. A very rare occurrence has now happened back-to-back.
That means 2 entries, right?
It does mean 2 entries, same as the guy yesterday.
Well, I'll tell you what a day you could have just if you win on a Friday and you get your pack that next week. Just think about that. You could be wolfing down a pepperoni melt sub with a nice new rangefinder from Vortex wearing some awesome Iron Jock gear. Like, how good is that?
Sometime in the summer, you could go golfing, use your rangefinder while you're wearing your Iron Jock polo, and then go out to Cousins for a little post-round meal.
Yeah, what a deal. What a deal.
Just don't get any grease on your Iron Jock hoodie, because those are really nice. So be careful. Put a napkin in your collar. Sam, you got 1. Plus, you got the entry for being the 14th caller. So you got 2 of the possible 4 entries into Friday's drawing for this awesome prize pack. Thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate you.
Sam says thanks. He hung up already. Places to.
Just wait, what?
He had to go.
No love you?
Sam had to go.
I think can we rescind?
No,
you can't take his entries away. What do you mean?
I don't
you,
like
you
that.
leave segments early.
Yeah,
you don't
you leave
rescind
early
anything
all the
from
time.
you.
He had to go. It's okay.
All right, I just don't like it.
Oh, okay. He has 2 entries. Maybe if he'd have gotten all 3 right, we could consider that, but we'd be taking half his entries. He's got 2 entries. Yesterday's contestant has 2 entries. So if I was a trivia contestant, a potential trivia contestant, I'd be dialing my tail off the next 3 days.
Yeah, we're going to have to go big numbers now.
Some opportunities here.
That's just going to be the way it's going to be.
Remember, you need to be a Wisconsin resident to be eligible to win Wilde and Tausch
What
trivia.
if they'll
That's
drive
still part
up?
of the rules.
Like, I still don't understand that rule.
Driving doesn't matter. You can be a Wisconsin resident currently in Alabama calling in as long as your residence is in Wisconsin.
So why would someone not just lie about it? I know we have an honest fan base.
Because we're going to find out if they're lying. They need to supply an address.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 South.
Have you been around?
45th
Street. From
people can do that.
Oh, where do you live? 123 Fake Street. Oh, okay.
Well, I don't think they'd say Fake Street.
Saz Avenue. So there will be 3 more opportunities to play trivia this week, and you can win our sweet prize pack from Vortex Golf, Cousin Subs, and Iron Jock. Whoa, Nelly is next. Please don't leave early. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
What if your screens could disappear until you needed them? Meet Pella's 250 series vinyl windows with the accordion hidden screen. Designed to give you a clearer view with 44% more light than conventional screens. The hidden screen appears when the window opens to let in fresh air, then tucks away when you don't need it, giving you a clearer view that's beautiful, practical, and even easier to clean. Order today and get 0% interest until 2030. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Vintage Brewing Company. Whether you're looking to get carry-out, delivery, or dine-in, Vintage Brewing has lots of great options on their menu. Vintage Brewing Company prides themselves on being a great place to hang out and enjoy classic Midwestern hospitality. Vintage Brewing Company has multiple award-winning beers, so be sure to try one the next time you're in. Head to VintageBrewingCompany.com to make a reservation today. That's VintageBrewingCompany.com.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Looking for a fun new way to golf on Monday nights? The Bridges Golf Course in Madison is teeing up a brand new 2-person scramble league. Grab a friend and compete head-to-head in a relaxed format, men's, women's, or co-ed. Great for beginners and experienced players alike. Monday nights at the Bridges Golf Course in Madison.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Molly Brown here for Metro Kia of Madison. Metro Kia is Madison's trusted Kia dealership, and they are home to the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Looking to purchase, finance, or service your vehicle? Metro Kia of Madison is the place to go. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned Kia, you can browse their extensive inventory and find this month's specials at metrokiaofmadison.com. That's metrokiaofmadison.com. Find your new vehicle at your trusted Kia dealership on the east side of Madison today.
Summer is coming, and it's time to start thinking about a summer job. Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Madison School and Community Recreation is now hiring for many positions, including day camp and youth program leaders, outdoor adventure staff, support staff for individuals with disabilities, sports instructors and officials, and more. Full and part-time positions with daytime and evening hours are available. No matter your interest, schedule, or location, there's a position for everyone. At MSCR, you can make an immediate impact in the community and gain meaningful experience. Start your summer adventure today. Apply at mscr.org.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
For Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocco's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde and Tausch.
Let's talk about the red-hot 8-2 Milwaukee Brewers.
And Wilson Contreras, who seems to be kind of a jerk.
Yes, we'll get to him in a minute. The Brewers win 8-6 last night. They took a 7-5 lead on a big Garrett Mitchell 2-run single in the 8th inning.
He's been awesome.
Another comeback win for the Brewers. 8-2.
Yelly with a great slide.
They have won 8 of their first 10 games for just the 4th time in franchise history. 8 wins or better in their first 10.
When's Pablo's birthday?
Mid-May. Why? Do you have anything?
No, I just am assuming there's...
You thinking anything yet?
No, I just am assuming there's probably a conversation to be had at some point.
There is a conversation to be had about former public enemy number 1. He is now public enemy number 2 for the Milwaukee Brewers. Wilson Contreras. Former Chicago Cub and St. Louis Cardinal, and now he's with the Boston Red Sox.
Wait, who's number 1? He moved up to
Craig,
number 1?
Yeah, everybody knows Counsell's number 1.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Wilson Contreras was public enemy number 1 until Craig Counsell left Milwaukee to go to Chicago. Now he's public enemy number 1. Wilson Contreras, public enemy number 2. He got plunked last night, and Woodruff was on the mound, and he and Woody go back.
He got grazed.
He got grazed. He also stands over the batter's box. He also almost took out the shortstop, or whoever was fielding the double play ball. Wilson Contreras is a dirty player. He's not an enjoyable player. And he spoke after the game, asked about some of the tension in last night's game.
Ooh.
Here you go.
Just a hit by pitch. That's the 24th time that they hit me in my career, 24th. And that's the 6th time they hit me. And they always say, I'm not trying to hit you. That get old. So next time they hit me again, I'm going to take one of them out. That's what happened. That's a message. That's a message.
Woo! 2 more games at Fenway Park tonight at 5:45 and then tomorrow at 12:35.
They don't come to AmFam, right? It's just a one-shot
this is it.
deal. Okay. Remember when interleague games were like a big deal?
Yeah, I miss it.
Those days are over.
I actually think baseball's schedule has partly taken away from some of the appeal of it.
I want to see more geographics. I want to frame this. What?
That's good. I agree with you, but
Sox and the Cubbies and the Guardians and the Tigers. Let's keep it Midwest. Twinkies.
What from what Wilson Contreras just said made you think you want the game more geographic? Just out of curiosity.
No, I just, as you were talking about it, it's like I think that whole deal's kind of run its course. That's a pretty bold statement that he made.
Next time they hit me, I'm going to take them out.
What does that mean? What does he mean he's going to take
You're
them
the
out?
athlete around here. What do you think it means?
I didn't play baseball. I always admired baseball and hockey. They handled their business. Like, you do something, they self-police. And fans on the outside don't get it. Football-wise, obviously, if somebody takes a shot, we'll get back at it. We'll do something. I think those are the best ways to handle business because there's codes. People don't like the unwritten rules and all of the other stuff, but it's lasted a long time. I am really curious. I don't know what that means. And I got to be honest, I'm kind of curious to find out.
I want to see him get hit today.
Like, is it IPT then if he whips the bat at him, or it's not if he comes out there and throws fists? Like, that's the weird part about baseball.
Miz goes high and in on him.
Oh, is Miz throwing?
Miz is on the mound tonight. So I mean, you don't like if you're gonna throw it's gonna go behind him or it's gotta be in the leg. Like you don't. Everybody knows you don't mess with throwing at guys' heads.
Nope,
yeah, you stay away from there.
Yep.
But if you're gonna throw at somebody, usually it sails behind them or it goes toward the butt. That if Miz sails one in at 102 and
how
plunks
much
him on the
does
keister,
Contreras, as the catcher, know about what's going on?
Oh, he's probably the one who's.
You think those two
heavily involved?
Those two are not like. How does that work?
You think there's not conversations going on beforehand? Like, hey, here's what we're gonna do.
That's what I'm asking. I find the whole scenario super intriguing. I think it's interesting. But you think he's telling Miz, plunk him?
That's a great question. What is his role when it's his own brother we're talking about here? Also, can we just point out that that's a huge number, right? They've hit me 24 times in my career.
I'd like a fact check on that.
Woody has hit me 6 times.
Dave Henderson is the all-time leader, unless somebody passed him for being hit by a hit by pitch.
But when you watch William Contreras' stance, like he's standing over the plate with his elbows tucked over it. Yeah,
is that your Madison Mallard's second baseman swing?
Well, I'm trying to do it for the video stream.
Where did you get Dave Henderson, by the way?
He's the all-time leader in being hit by him and Don Baylor.
Don Baylor.
Did Don Baylor pass him up?
Well, so I'm looking at the list
Dave
according to
Henderson had
Baseball
a
Reference.
BA swing,
I don't
man.
see. Craig Biggio is second.
Yeah.
He got hit all the time.
Jason Kendall.
Yeah,
former
for
Brewer.
the Pirates and the Pirates.
I got to be honest with you. I don't see Dave Henderson's name anywhere.
Dave Henderson had the baddest stance, man.
Tausch was at one game.
Dave Henderson is not on the list.
Oakland A's and the Red Sox. I love that old Oakland A's team. Carney Lansford.
Oh, here we go.
Terry Steinbach.
It's a fun team. So Dave Henderson's nowhere to be found. Don Baylor is at the top of the
Ricky
list.
Henderson is tied for 112th all time. I think you were thinking of Don Baylor. Don Baylor is fourth at this point.
I'm telling you, old Henderson was in there too. But yes, Don Baylor was the leader in the clubhouse. I did know that.
Also, Contreras has played the Brewers probably more than any other team. He's played for the Cardinals and the Cubs.
He played for
two. So you think he's been hit 24 times?
I think he has, yeah.
It's funny that he'd know that. Does a PR guy tell him that, or do you think he had it all
I bet he
dialed
knows.
up?
Baseball players hold grudges over stuff like
true.
that, especially his brothers on the other team. He knows. And Woodruff and him go back because Woodruff's been the elder statesman.
I love it. I love it.
It's good, right?
I think it's fun.
They're also, the Red Sox suck. They're 2-8. They can't get anything offense going than they did last night, and the Brewers come back and win. Tensions are high in Boston out of the gates here.
Well, Wilson Contreras, in his 11-year Major League career, has been hit 131 times.
Wow.
Gee, I wonder if that has anything to do with the way you crowd the plate.
Yeah.
So what do we want? Because we don't want Miz getting in a fight and thrown out. I'm no offense to the Miz, I'm not taking him in a fight.
Miz is gonna kill you in a fight.
I'm not saying against me. Most people would beat me in a fight.
Are you picturing him?
Who in this office are you taking in a fight? Hunter's killing you. Pablo's beating you. Ashy, there's no doubt, is gonna
Riley, like, he knows how to fight. I'm not going up against him.
He's a jiu-jitsu guy.
He's got a chance
the whole deal. Rutledge? You take Rutledge?
No, Rutledge would take me.
Boy, you're pretty limited.
I got a chance against, like, Laney. I think marketing director. Yeah, they got a good chance there.
Oh.
So I don't want Miz in the fight, but if we get like, if this, what we actually want, if you want the drama of this, you want a one-sided game tonight. You want one team to be up real big on the other, because then you go to the long reliever that comes in that if he has to miss a game or two, it's okay.
Does Murph have that conversation with his team, like how to approach this, or is this all handled by Miz and Contreras?
Laney.
Murph's got to be saying something about it. And when you get threats like this, Yelich was talking about it after the game. Woodruff was talking. This is now the story of the series.
So if Yelly or somebody gets plunked, Miz has to plunk.
And if I'm the Red Sox, like, because
one of the all-time great stories, Greg Maddux.
Yeah.
He was going to be serviced. There's a service thing where you get, and then your contract gets all of this stuff. And he had to plunk a guy. He did it, and he ended up not getting a service year for it, but he did it, and he says one of the best things he did because you got to show up for your guys.
The right thing to do. The Red Sox need a spark because they're 2-8. They might be the ones looking to start the fight, so they might throw first. And then if they throw behind Yelich, and Yelich gets irritated, and then somebody in the Brewers bullpen throws at Contreras late in the game.
No, if you're the Red Sox, you got to take out the other Contreras.
Throwing at William? That's what you're going to do?
Contreras. And by the way, I think he kicks some regular keister now.
Oh, yeah.
I want both Contreras boys to go at each other.
You want them to fight each other?
Yes.
Was William Contreras quoted after the game anywhere? I would love to know his perspective.
I did not see any commentary from William.
I looked because I was curious about this. Yeah.
Well, by the way, like, how is one Contreras so enjoyable and like fun, and the other Contreras is just the worst? And I thought that like well before any of this. Like, Wilson's always been the way he is. William was with the Braves. He was great.
I don't know. Good question, Jesse. Ask Laney.
All people are different people, as we learned from Coach Beard in Ted Lasso. All right, that is...
It is what it is.
I don't see... now, tomorrow we're going to be at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Is Laney coming down for that, too?
She's probably scared now. I don't think she's coming. Yeah.
I don't think she's scared. I think you're probably the one who might have
But
to be
if
scared.
she is, I'll meet her out in the parking lot after the show.
I want to give her some nunchucks. I think that's always a good way to win.
We'll have to hold off on the tail of the tape between Jesse and Laney. We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The sound of summer is back.
First offering to Frelick is a fly ball to right. It is high. It is deep. Bye-bye baseball. Second deck for Salvatore.
Your home for the Crew. 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. A big shakeup for Wisconsin men's basketball. Star guard John Blackwell intending to enter the transfer portal for ESPN's Jeff Borzello. Blackwell averaged just over 19 points per contest, also earning all Big Ten honorees and an all-conference tournament nod. Blackwell plans on going through the NBA draft process, he tells ESPN. More reaction coming your way as the week carries on, including on the Jump Around, a Badger-dedicated show streaming Thursdays at 12:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Order today and get 0% interest until 2030 at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Upgrade now, pay no interest until 2030. Visit PellaWI.com.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and check out their full lineup of vehicles and find the one that's right for you, or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
You ever notice that some people are picky when it comes to their beer? But Yuengling gets it. That's why they brew a beer for every taste. Start with a legend, a Yuengling traditional lager, a smooth amber lager that's been around longer than our great football rivalries. Then there's light lager. It's crisp and easy drinking. Golden Pilsner with a clean, refreshing taste, and the Black and Tan, a perfect blend of porter and Pilsner. Whether I'm tailgating, watching the game at a sports bar, or just kicking back, I'm reaching for a Yuengling. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch, and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Check from Matt Coonan, and fact-checked his fact-check on Baseball Reference. In 14 Major League seasons, Dave Henderson was hit by a grand total of 22 pitches.
Does that include postseason?
Which Wilson Contreras has been hit by more pitches in 3 different seasons.
Does that include postseason baseball?
In his career.
One a year.
He had a great stance.
Go.
Lean back. Get back.
Hendu, have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full